basically you've been in town, just lounging, whatever, planning what you're gonna do next, drinking, carousing, for card, getting your feet under you. Yesterday, unbeknownst to all of you, this wizard Gavain rolled into town on a ship. He had came around the Horn from Geneva, from and rolled into town. Easily found Valmar because he doesn't really hide, and he lives in a regular house right now. And spent a long evening drinking and discussing all kinds of magical theories and systems and experiments and all the stuff that you guys plan to do starting tomorrow, really, because there's nothing going on, so why would you not? While Zartan, I believe, has been skulking around town, but he just rolled into the in this fine afternoon. He figured he'd sit down with these people because you're the only ones he knows. Sure, you can meditate, and I will tell you this out of my little speech here. You, I'm gonna say you tested out your staff because you know you're in a different world, so you probably would have been like, shit, does my staff work? So you tested it out and it works.
Okay.
Do you, before we go on, do you remember how it works? Because I know it's been a long time. Do you
Is
remember
it?
the key point?
It's like a save spot, right?
Yes. So
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 if I meditate, it saves that spot.
that spot. So now if you use it in haste and you go to your temple, your little pocket plane, when you leave that plane, it's going to bring you to that last spot that you meditated. Not a save spot in the sense you're not going to go back to that time, but you're going to go back to that spot.
Mm.
So you would have last meditated basically here, right? We're just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
All right. So, Gavain, I imagine you spent the night. It was pretty late. Like I said, you rolled in here late. So now we're at about lunchtime, and which is basically drinking start time for the others. Um, you don't have to be drinking if you don't want to, but I'm just saying that. And they're gathered around a table somewhere in the room. You would have set up. Now, like I said, you would probably recognize Tigran. So if you want, if you want it not be separate, which I was going to continue with, just tell me.
I
Like,
can be separate. Sounds like yeah, I'll be separate.
yeah, you don't have to be. I'm just saying. If like you would see Tigran in there, and he'd be the one. Like, oh, look at that's got to be Tigran sitting with all those
Yeah, I
other
heard about
adventures.
Tigran. I imagine I'm just watching right now, feeling him out, see what kind of fella he is before I approach.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
he's a huge fully like tattooed head to toe, like crazy looking, but also sort of like I'll say like in a jolly way, you know. But he's menacing in a jolly way.
Yeah, that's probably not the kind of guy you approach straight off. You probably wait for your opening.
yeah, real jolly looking.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe you're telling them. I don't know if you want to, but they know you have the ring. Maybe you're talking about that. Who knows? If you guys want to take a few minutes, acquaint yourselves or whatever.
So, real quick, Rob, is your character human?
He is. He is. I put a little look at him in the AI artwork just to give you a sense, but he's uh, dressed in sort of noble attire. Looks like somebody who does have some wealth about him and comes from those circles and um, seems well traveled as late. Clothes are nice, but they clearly have been worn by the road.
All right, I'm gonna throw what Torden looks like. Sonny, do you want it in AI artwork or Geneva?
I'll just pull up your thing. I made it. Hold on.
All right.
I'll do what I do. But you guys see it, no?
Oh, is
Yeah.
that
Big-
you're
big
a
token.
dwarf, right? Are you a dwarf?
Yeah, I'm a dwarf. I'm the dwarven cleric.
Oh, Sonny, can you throw mine up? I forgot because I sent that to you through my phone, so I don't have it on my computer.
Oh, that's a little one. Oh, cool. Look
Oh,
at
look
that.
at that.
Oh
Look
shit!
at
Sorry,
car.
I didn't even see that. Oh yeah.
Is that a
And then
druid?
Sonny, you never told me what clan he was from.
So I never really got into the dwarves in Geneva yet. So they're separate. They're not those clans that you're thinking from New America. They're completely separate dwarves. So we'll talk about that because we'll pretty much make it up as we go, me and you.
Oh, all right.
Because one guy, when I ran the first edition campaign, one guy played a dwarf, but we never really got too into, you know, the lore around it or whatever. So
Sean really said a timid guy, and look at Valmar.
I didn't say timid.
who
Who
am
did
I
you?
missing? Oh, I'm
No, that's
missing.
not
I didn't
Valmont.
say
That's
timid. I said jolly.
Tigran.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
oh,
right.
Valmar. You were behind it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like what's his name? Dax. Is it Drax?
Yeah,
Drax
Drax.
from
Guardian.
Guardians. Thank you, Guardians of the Galaxy. Drax.
All right. So after some time drinking, hanging out, eating,
Innkeeper, more bacon.
bacon's flowing at this place like there's no tomorrow. The Wicked Honker. I have no idea where I came up with that name. The Wicked Honker is the center of this town. Basically, this town was a backwater, quiet place until a year ago when first Valmar and Tigran showed up, and then more adventurers started showing up. And now, honestly, the elves of the area want to get back to Frome even more than ever before because it's not even their town anymore. For centuries, this was their town. They were left alone. The humans that lived here were just petty, little farmers, and now look at this place. It's mayhem. This is the typical. I hate to say it, but if you watch that stupid cartoon from the what are those guys? Critical Role.
Yeah.
Like this,
Oh,
I only made it to like the
Vox,
second episode, so it had to be in the first or second episode. They had a like,
Vox Machina.
yeah. Remember in like
You know what?
I only
I
watched.
thought that was great. I don't give a shit what you guys.
I hate you know me.
I know you hate Vikings, but it was good. It was
So,
good.
but if you remember, it was like utter mayhem. There was a scene in a tavern. That's what this place is like. People are screaming, yelling. There's bouncers. The owner, who I can't recall his name offhand right now. He's yelling, screaming to people. He's probably asking you guys why. What happened? Didn't we talk about this last week? Weren't you going to help out? And you're like, we're still adventuring.
So when the barkeep or the tavern, patron, whoever comes over to and tells us to kind of like keep it down,
No, they're not telling you to keep it down. No, what I meant
but
was
like, hey, like didn't we have a talk last week or something like that?
because you guys. What I meant was you guys are like the top dogs in town. So he would be like asking like, are you guys, like, remember I brought up maybe being my security or whatever. And
I want to start singing a jolly song about dwarves, and I'll roll a
Do
charisma
it.
to see how well that's taken. But that's what he's going to start doing. I'm trying to get Carterac involved, the dwarves, and just start a little fun banter.
Two
You
little men.
you want to get the whole place going. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but my charisma is 7.
All right,
So
roll.
here we go.
Oh, and one thing, I am gonna roll everything on this on Owlbear.
Yeah, that's
You know
what
the
it's just like loading.
Sonny,
matter of fact,
are you going right into it, or will we have time to ask
We're-
questions?
we're playing right now, but if you want to
No,
ask, a
I
question,
know
go
we're
ahead.
playing, but do we have time to? Because I'm trying to remember. So
Ooh, all right.
I don't see names over anybody, but who is from the last game? Like who from Shaw's world, from the world that I'm pulled
From
from?
Shaw's world, you closely know you have adventured with Carterac and Zartan.
Right. So Zartan's picture, because all the pictures are different too. That's what's confusing me.
Yeah.
And I don't see
Glenn
names.
here.
Zartan looks like with the red beard.
That's what I thought. That's Mike drew that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we
Okay,
overlooked this.
Hard rack on the bottom.
We overlooked this, but Glenfear is actually in town. But Glenfear is not here right now.
Yeah, who's adding
Yeah,
names? I
he'll
couldn't
show
figure out
me.
how to add mine.
You see Carter X on the bottom?
Yeah, I don't know how to.
So
add
I got a
had to
I
blow
could-
way up. So there's a 2 T's.
I
Click
did.
on the T's and it says edit text. It's really tiny. So you gotta freaking, when you hit the edit text, you gotta blow it all the way up to like 72 or something so you can see it.
I did
It
that.
shows the name when someone touches it.
I added the text though. It didn't go anywhere.
It might be behind it.
Yeah, how do you
At
add
the
the
bottom.
actual text? Oh, wait, hold on.
There.
See,
See,
I
I
see
just
Shaw.
I just did it again.
Shaw's is there. I see it. It's very tiny though.
I think that's
I
showing
think I
you
can
who's
help.
picking it up. I don't think that text is there because it keeps
Yeah, when
disappearing.
you see the big text, yeah, that's what that
Gordon
is.
is at the bottom.
That's
I
when
don't
you
know.
click.
I don't know.
No,
how to
but
do
when
it.
you
Everybody
click
knows which
on,
one is me. So.
he's saying when you click on your
it,
token,
it gives you the
there's the
font, it gives you the
TT.
font size when you hit TT, but it
Oh,
doesn't
so
actually
I'm
bring
at
up
like
the
the
keyboard
highest
to name it.
72. No, you just have to hope you spelled it right.
I fucking did this. It's not.
Yeah, because Carterack is there toward him.
Everyone
Don't worry
knows
too much anyway,
Tigran.
because we're not fighting right now or anything like that. So,
But so I rolled a 12. Are dwarves starting to get involved?
Why is there? There's 2 Zartans.
And
those two Zartans. So, uh, so
Not
this
again.
is a very mirthful environment. So you, even though your singing did not come across the way you expected, it still came across. And so there's a moment of silence where you're singing all by yourself, and it's one of those moments where you're like, "Oh, do I have the confidence to keep this going?" But your intention was to do it, so you're going to do it. So he keeps singing, and finally people join in, but they're singing different songs. So now it's even worse. It's
so they're
like,
trying to because I'm singing one song, so other people are trying to sing another song over
yes.
my song.
So it's like
Got it.
it's almost like
Awesome.
like the British people at it, when they're doing their soccer anthems and like
Yeah. That's awesome. I love it.
but everybody, no one's fighting, they just love it. Everyone's going back and forth.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the door bursts open and in comes Valmar, out of breath. He's like trying to catch his breath. Of course, he runs right to you guys. You're at the table you're always at. He knows exactly where to find you. And even if he couldn't, there's 6'8" Tigran standing there. And as he's walking by, let's see if he notices. Let's see if he notices Gavain sitting there. Why did my roll not roll? There you go. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Look at
damn.
that. So he
Stand down.
stops. He stops. He goes, "Oh, good to find you here too. Do you mind come over with my friends here? I'll introduce you, but I have something. Do you come with me? Come with me."
Of course.
So you guys, you've already seen Valmar. You can't miss him. And he comes up to your table and he's trying to introduce you. At the same time, everybody knows how he is. He stutters a little bit. He's like talking fast. He's out of breath. Probably Tigran would say something like, "Shut up! Stop for a second."
Yeah. I would have stopped when
Yeah.
I saw that.
Tigran would quiet the whole room.
So Valmar stops, catches his breath. All right. Gavain, this is Zartan, Tigran, Carterack, Torden, and Shaw. These are my friends. My friends, this is Gavain. But that's not why I'm here. I need you. You have to come with me. I have to bring you to the lighthouse. Legalor has something to tell us. Sorry, I ran. I ran from the lighthouse. He's got something happened. I don't even know what it is. He didn't tell me. He just said it's very important to gather the group and bring you over.
So I like Tigran's like, you heard him. Let's go.
So I'll get up and follow. And if there's a fairly full glass on my way out the door of beer, I'm gonna try and grab it, and I'll flip a gold piece at the person that I took it off of. Walking by out the door, grab
Flip
a
it.
full
Oh, he
glass,
like takes somebody
and I'm gonna-
else's glass.
I'll flip a gold piece to the table. And just keep
You know
walking.
what? That's probably a regular occurrence there. So they'll laugh and take your gold piece and get 2 more.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was the point.
Yeah. All right, but
Rough.
so I mean, does anyone want to say anything? Or he's pretty much like, all right, you know, and he goes.
Zartan's going to remain eating his bacon.
Carterack stands up and starts following Tigran.
Yeah, I'm gonna calmly stand up and follow.
Yeah, Tigran's gonna give Zartan a little pat on the back and say, "Come on, we got stuff to do now. Let's go.
Oh
Of
shit!
course.
So
Bring the bacon with you."
Sure, where you going?
Valmar turns because he hears Tigran like, not following like he thought he was right away. He turns and he looks at Zartan with his bacon, and then he looks at Shaw, and he said, and then did you say bacon?
Yes, I always have bacon. What's it to you, nervous man?
I recognize you.
From what,
I
this
think
past week?
we crossed paths before. No, I think we've crossed paths before. I may have been a little different looking last we met.
How so?
He smiles because, Valmar's a funny guy when he has to be, and he puts his arm in front of his mouth and he goes like an elephant.
That's funny. I like that. That was good.
Zartan just
Recognize
kind
me
of
now?
readjusts in his seat and says, "Not really."
You had a name for me, but I can't recall it because in that state I was unable to make out everything that was being said. You rescued me from a boat.
Huh.
Do you mean Zanzibar?
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, a fucking elephant.
He turns to shore. He goes, Zanzibar? And points to
Carterack would have been
Velma.
there. Oh, no, Carterack wasn't there for that.
Shore was there for that.
Shaw was.
I definitely remember the elephant, and I'll never forget the name.
That's not
Oh.
possible.
It's me. That's how I got here. We have a long discussion ahead of us depending on what happens at the lighthouse.
Now we just knew him as the elephant.
As the elephant, he
I
wouldn't.
mean,
You
we
wouldn't
knew
recognize him.
the elephant. We didn't know it was a person.
Mm-hmm.
No, we were chasing after the elephant. Zartan bought it with Kai's money.
Right, but we didn't
wanted to
know it
start
was
a
a
circus.
person.
No,
Right, okay.
we never found him.
No, yeah, we ended before you got to him.
We came close.
Carterack
And
joined
Zartan
you
vowed
with
to
the
find
merch.
Tommen and the elephant.
Yeah.
Well, you found me, and we can discuss further for sure at a more appropriate time.
I forgot all about that. That's fucking awesome.
All right, so Zartan's gonna just basically say to Valmar then, Lo, I also want to discuss on how you were able to get here and there. I want to find the portal back.
Unfortunately, my friend, I kind of gave up on that, but I probably found my way here very similar to how you did. Accidentally and not of my will.
So
But
it
here
was a
we
way.
are now.
And I get Tigran's gonna kind of give Zartan like a slap on the back and be like, "But it's gonna be fun."
It's not
All
the
right.
fun I'm in for it.
So he's gonna pretty much turn and walk out at that point because he doesn't know what's going on either. So he wants it.
All right, so
Tigran calls Valmar out.
Zartan's gonna take his plate of unfinished bacon and anybody else's bacon that they left over and put it in his cold bag.
All right, just FYI, I'm going to be putting pictures because I don't know how to change them quickly in Owlbear, and I don't want to slow things down. So I'm going to be putting pictures in
Fine.
the Discord channel. So you guys make your way to the lighthouse. Now, what you would know is that this lighthouse is the ever burning lighthouse, right? The elves. It's like the only outward display of elven magic um, that is like a regular occurrence, right? So the elves they fired up this lighthouse 500 something years ago. It's been pointing west towards where their lands are ever since, and they keep it, the magic refreshed. Everybody in town knows you don't go near the lighthouse. That like the elves, the full bloods, as they call themselves, leave everybody alone, but you don't touch their stuff, right? And no one does. And so the fact that you're being invited to the lighthouse is actually kind of a big deal. If you've been in town for any amount of time, you would know that. Even Valmar, he's never been in there. So Valmar leads you to the lighthouse, the ever burning symbol of Satich's desire to reconnect with From. The door, usually locked tight, swings wide as Valmar mounts the steps at the head of the group. The inside, which you are seeing for the first time, is full of the opulent and immaculate furnishings of Leogolor's residence. He rests comfortably upon a divan, gazing towards you. Amion Tordil, another of the ancients, sits in a large ornate chair to his right. Valmar quickly takes a seat to the left of Leogolor, clearly comfortable with the man as their friendship. Smaller chairs complete a circle around the table, and there is wine and cheese laid out on the table as if they expected you. And Leogolor looks at you. He's the tall elf there in that picture. And he, waves his hand out and says, please, my friends, take a seat. If Valmar trusts you, then I trust you.
Torden will nod respectfully with that gesture.
And you will notice, by the way, in this area at least, there's no animosity between the elves and dwarves. But there's also not many elves here, so they really can't be there's not that many of them. It's pretty much the dwarves and the humans world here. So, did I cut somebody off?
Nope.
All right. So when you're all seated and ready, he says, I trust that all you're about to hear here will remain confidential between those of us present. I've placed strong magical wards on this room to ensure that none from the outside may scry over our meeting. He looks over at Valmar. He says, of all the adventurers in town, Valmar assures me that you are the finest and the most trustworthy, and I trust that his word that you all can be counted on by the elven people. He looks around, and it looks almost like he's looking for you to say something. Like he's not.
Sartan will flash a nice grin his way.
And for Anhar's honor, our lips will be silent with the information that you're going to give us.
He's as everybody's talking, he's nodding. He's you can see that he's confident that he chose the right people. So he continues.
Grunts and keeps his head down, sort of.
The other guy has not said a word, by the way. He's just looking. So he says, he puts his hands together. He sits down now. A body washed ashore yesterday near the refugee camp to the north of the town. I was immediately notified as it was a full blood and a young one. Now, a little aside for anybody, if you don't remember fully, all the full-blooded elves that are in Geneva are very old because there's been no connection to the elven land. So, and they haven't. There's been no births. Well, I was going to say that in a second, but they're very old. Everybody, all the full-bloods. Thankfully, the fisherman who found it did not care to touch the body, so none had inspected it prior to my arrival. I immediately recognized that this young elf was not of our town, and likely not of Geneva, for as I trust you know, no full-blooded elves are known to have been born here for hundreds of years. He pauses, he pours out some wine, and he offers it to the rest of you, and you guys will immediately notice that it is a bluish color, like not the normal purple of like red wine, but a blue color. Um, and as he's pouring it, he's explaining, like now he goes off like almost as if nothing's going on, and he's like, "Oh, this wine from the Gashorna berries of Frome. This is one of the last bottles, and I feel now is a good time to open it, as maybe what we were saying here today may lead to being able to acquire more." And him and Amnion, they take a sip. If if you drink it, you'll notice that it is amazing, wonderful wine. It's not magical or anything like that, but it's definitely a different berry that does not grow anywhere in the lands that you would know of. He reflects silently for another moment. He says, "I brought the body here to inspect it carefully. It had been in the sea for some time, possibly weeks, but I believe that it was initially on a ship, as his dress was that of a sailor. His throat was slit in a ceremonial manner, and I know this because upon the body, the very ceremonial elven blade," and he pulls it out and he holds it up, and it's a very fancy like dagger that you would think like it has to be magical. It just has to be, but it's not. It's just fine elvish style. That cut his throat was resheathed on the body, and inside of a sealed tube, he bore a letter. The sailor was sacrificed so that his message could travel past the veil that has separated us from our homeland for all of these centuries. The secret has finally been revealed. Only elves are barred from crossing the boundary. Living elves, that is. Men and likely dwarves as well may pass. But as we've never revealed the location of our homeland to men, none have ever attempted to find it. And of course, we have failed in all of our attempts for the reason which is now known." At this, he shifts in his chair, glances to Amnion, takes another deep sip from his glass, looks at you and says, "I'm asking that you travel to Frome. We will show you where she lies."
Tigran wants to see the dagger.
I mean, you're going to ask him? Like you say,
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, I want to hold it.
All right. He takes it out of his robe, he unsheathes it, and he hands it over.
I'm like,
Nice.
I'm like playing with it a little bit, and I look at him right in his eyes, and I say, "Can I have this?"
He could say, he's you know what he says, as I expect you won't leave immediately, I will dwell on this, and I that is a possibility, but I would not like you. I don't want you to take it right now.
I respectfully give it back.
There are still things I may learn from inspecting it further.
Yeah, like I hand it back in like a very respectful way, like, you know, handle first, yada yada, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Sartan's gonna light his pipe, put his feet up on the table, take a couple of puffs, and say, "And why do we want to go there?"
Well, as I know that adventuring types clearly have their own motivations, which I would not doubt in any way. I can assure you that my people, though I have had no contact with them for centuries, I am sure their motivations are the same as ours to reconnect with us and the world in general. In the past, long before your lifetimes, even the lifetimes of Master Dwarves here, humans and elves enjoyed great trading relations, much magic even, changed hands. He looks at two wizards, and it would be a mutually beneficial situation for all of us if this connection was reestablished. And of course, there will be much reward.
The chance to
Okay.
walk upon land that hasn't been seen in hundreds of years is too great to pass up. But what makes you so sure that your people are still there in the same way they were before?
Good question.
He pulls the dagger back out. He says, well, beyond this, the note I told you about and the body, I do not have any physical proof or evidence. You are correct. But I believe that the elves are eternal. By the way, that's another thing you would know. Elves in this world, I went way back to where they don't die at all. No one knows what happens to them. They don't live, they don't stay forever, but they don't die. So like
They take that magical boat ride.
the elf you're talking to right now is probably 1,000 years old. He basically goes on to say that, he could feel it and he knows the lands are still there. And now, based on what he has found and this body that floated ashore, most likely something to do with the cataclysm, has barred their lands from, if not fully remove them, if not like maybe a demiplane, or he doesn't know, but he believes they are out there, and he believes that non-elves can pass the veil.
Well, this is an amazing opportunity. I need no further enticement, but I cannot speak for my newfound friends.
Very newfound friends, right?
I'm more concerned with the risks. This is uncharted territory, undiscovered country for you, right?
Well, it is not uncharted for us, but unfortunately, I cannot come with you. In the
No, but I
past,
mean for us,
for
for
you, it
these
is.
people. We don't even know what we could
He
find in
looks
there.
over at Valmar and he says, he does say, I believe you have a experienced ship and crew, to at least hopefully mitigate that part of the trip. And so at that point, that's when Valmar, unfortunately, you guys could see he does look a little nervous. He says, I don't know what to say because I can't come.
What?
He looks at Tigran, and in particular Tigran, because
Yes.
he's gotten very close with him, and he says, I'm sorry, but I promised Karilla that I would not leave her for the birth of our child.
Oh, you're such a pussy.
That's my DM out here.
I know.
Yeah.
Tigran's got to give you some shit though.
No, I know.
You got so pussy whipped lately. God.
But also think about how hard this is for him. This is like his whole world, to adventure like this and find unlimited magic. He's a level 9 magic user. Like, he's at that point where he's fighting the forces of magical energy to not turn to the dark side, pretty much. And he can't go where you guys are going to go.
Because he got pussy whipped by an old elf.
The way I look at it character-wise is that he's bounced around 3 different worlds through portals, and he's finally has a child coming. So that's like his one motivation. I'm going to make that child like a huge motivation for him. So yeah, he just, and Leogalor is like, he can't believe it. He's flabbergasted, and he looks at you all, and he's like, oh, I mean, it must go on, but I am very, very disappointed. And he knows his wife, obviously his wife's an elf, and he says, Karilla.
Tigran gets defensive after the dude starts to insult Valmar.
He didn't insult him, but he's just very upset.
Yeah,
But anyway, so no, I was gonna say anyway, he could, he's upset, but he's not, he's not insulting him. Don't take it that way. So he says it's, so if you're agreeing to this, obviously I am at your disposal to anything you want to ask, anything you feel you need to know. We have never told humans much of anything, even it back when relations were great and connections, ships were sailing back and forth for hundreds of years. Even then, there were certain things we kept from the humans just because that is the nature of the elves. But
Well, well, so when we get there, are there any sort of main enemies or foes or predators? Beasts. Sort of. Whether they be like intelligent or not, like something we need to look out for when we first arrive.
in the past, it was no more dangerous than traveling outside, off the roads in the cities and the towns and farmland of Geneva. Um,
Right.
you know, dragons, as you know, are very rare here. This is me saying that. So,
Right.
like, he may like throw something out there like, well, there were occasional dragons, but for the most part, the elves were so powerful and feared by monsters that unless you got well into the wilds, there was really nothing to worry about. Has that changed? I cannot say, obviously.
Right.
The last thing he knew was during the whole cataclysmic events, um, which this area, by the way, you know what? I do have to back up a tiny bit. This area knows a little bit more than New America and way more than Grandish because Grandish had no idea what happened, right? The
No.
cataclysm really didn't affect them. They just suddenly weren't in contact with anybody else. New America didn't know what was going on, but then you guys ran the campaign and you kind of encountered the being. But what happened here was in Geneva that an alien ship crashed. Like they know that. And the first edition campaign that I ran, which was about 2 years ago in time, in our calendar time, game time. So they all know what went on. They know about the ship. They know about the civilization down south that fought with the aliens. They know they have pistols. They have two laser pistols that are in Geneva. So one works, one doesn't. So they know that what went on. The elves would have kind of extrapolated that the elven god was probably involved in fighting this powerful being and something. That's what he thinks. He thinks that something happened. Either their god was killed or or something happened with their god, and he thinks that's where it's all coming from. That's why their lands have been shut off for 500
Yeah, maybe
years. They
because
just don't.
they were so feared by the aliens. They were a huge threat. They had to kind of be isolated.
Maybe.
But with all this talk, Torden is going to push back on his chair and stand up, and his little head. Because what is the typical animosity between the races? Meaning elves and dwarves, like historically, like hundreds of years
So
back, stories that Torden would have been told.
so like I hinted before, right? So these dwarves in Geneva, right? Um, they've always had great relations with the humans and great relations with the elves in the past. When this all happened, the elves kind of became outcasts because there was only the number that were like basically vacationing, you can call it, or working, the various
Outside of the elven realm.
All right,
yeah, like most of them were in the elven realm, but of course, our cataclysm was sudden in this world.
yeah,
So whoever happened to be in Geneva at the time got stuck.
because
Um,
Torden has ancient history knowledge for the non-weapon proficiency,
yep.
but he wants to ask this elder, um, how will we? And when he says we, he's going to put his hand on Carterac. We be looked upon by you, by your kind, when we step foot on your land.
Yep. All right, so just to make it easier, I'm going to do stuff like out of character for a while now.
Yeah, yeah.
So good question. So he would basically say that they will know that you are a Genevan elf, or Genevan dwarf. Just for until we come up with a name. That's just
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah,
say.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
But they would probably notice that there is something different about Carterac, and maybe bring it up, but they're not going to be that detailed. Like, oh, he might be from the Dwarven lands, because he's gonna show as they're gonna know he's not from there either. And that's what I was gonna say is with your history knowledge, right? So that's something you would know, is that in the past, that somewhere to the east that's never been contacted since the Cataclysm, that there's a whole nother Dwarven kingdom. You know that, and
Yeah,
you are not
stories
related.
and
Yeah,
legends. And
and so they would, but Leogalor believes that the elves would know that he's not from there either. There are issues with them. The elves and the dwarves from the Dwarven Kingdom don't get along. The dwarves from the Geneva Mountains, the whole Geneva continent or peninsula, are fine with the elves, because
okay.
you had so many interactions and
Yeah.
stuff. So over the years, it's been fine.
But he's basically saying, I'm interested in helping, but I don't want to go there and all of a sudden be looked at as an enemy.
Yeah. No, he assures you there won't be a problem. But that leads to a good question: who speaks Elvish?
Not
Okay.
Torden.
Does anybody?
Hang on.
I'll
Gavain has
check,
it as
but
one
I
of
don't
his
think I do.
languages.
I don't
If you have a slot,
Sonny,
Rob,
I have I don't know why I have this, but it says can read 6 languages: Elven, Dwarven, Goblin, Thieves' Cant.
Yeah.
okay. So if I remember correctly, the reason we put read when we made those characters a long time ago was because
Yeah.
read comes after speak, like as far as
Yeah.
as level of difficulty. So
Mhm.
if you can read it, then you could speak it.
Okay.
All right. So this is good. So we have two. So
Now,
Gavain,
is it the same? I mean, I'm sure there's different dialects, so it would be like kind of broken.
I
It's
didn't
very
get crazy.
broken.
I didn't get crazy with the humanoid languages.
No. Meaning that even any Elven that I would know is from another plane. It's from
Yeah, no, I
Forgotten
know what you
Realms.
mean. I know what you mean, but no, I'm gonna let that. We're
Slide.
not,
Okay.
yeah, we're not gonna get that crazy.
Gotcha.
So
Well, then Zartan would still like to X then. If we do accept, do you have anything that you can give us to aid us in our journey?
unfortunately, I do not, because go. So you wouldn't know this, but he'll tell you that his position at the time of the Cataclysm was he was. This is this is very hard for him to say. He basically takes him like 5 minutes to get to the point, and you can tell that like he really doesn't want to say this. Leogalor has been viewed as like the leader of the elves for 500 years now, when in reality he was like a page boy to the diplomat, but he got stuck here.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to craft this persona
Play the part.
that he was, the big to do. So he really doesn't want to let this go, but he's being honest because he really wants you guys to do this. So he does eventually get around to saying, "I have basically nothing but the spells that, he is a magic user. He can cast spells, and he is a relatively decent level." Go, no, come on. So
But Leogalor, I think you do have something. You do. And that's the dagger that my pal Tigran here asked for before. Because if that said dagger was on that said body, then that would be the message that we've received the body.
there you go. I was hoping someone would say that. So he comes around for that reason, he says, "You were right, Master Dwarf. You were right. It should return, because that would be proof who you are and that you are my envoys." And so he says that before you leave, he will give it back to you. He doesn't want to give it to you now, though, because he does want it. He is being honest when he says
Oh, yeah.
that he wants to study it more.
Looks like you're going to have a long night then. Best get at it.
Any
So,
particular any particular relative we should seek out once there?
I wouldn't know. I would say go to the court and I don't know who he doesn't know anymore who. So so all right, but at this
Any
point,
particular message
you know what though? This would probably lead
that
into
you're the
something I wanted to tell you anyway. So he
yeah?
would basically give you a little bit of background. I'll make it
Because now we're in
short.
like a messenger service for the
Yeah,
remaining elves that got lost. Just telling them, hey, we're still alive, but we're trapped and we seem to not be able to pass through. These guys are going to investigate further.
exactly. Yeah, no.
Okay.
So, but that would kind of lead into this. So, what he's going to explain to you is that the elven god is really not a god. The elven god is the eldest living elf. And they kind of ascend to a sort of godship. So, they really are a god. So, at the time of the cataclysm, he tells you that the living god was the Kia O Ithel, was the name, right? I'm going to put up a picture because I think, oh, no, it won't say it. I'll type it in.
Yeah.
So, what's that?
I said just type the name.
And while we're doing this, yeah, I totally would have misspelled that.
Yeah.
But while we're doing this, is there like another elf
That's it.
standing in this room with us, like his
Yes.
assistant?
So Amion, which is another like another guy around town that you know, but another, big time elf, he's there.
So if he's there, I want to like look at him and kind of like motion him over to me without disturbing his discussion of what he's telling us all. And if that elf comes to me, I want to ask him, before we leave, I would like a list of all of the elves that are currently here and any elves that have passed while being here, and I will return that to your land and let them know, you're all right.
Okay. That's a good one. All right. So just between us, I'm not going to actually give you a list, but we'll say
No, but that's what he's
Yeah.
asking for. So he has all night to come up and figure this crap out. But
Yeah. So he
that's
will.
something that Torden will hold on to.
I'd go so far as to say they may have been keeping a log of that. So they will actually, it won't take them all night. Like he'll give you that when you leave. He'll give you a scroll. They were going to give you anyway stuff like that. Like he would tell you that like we are going to give you messages we want to pass and such. So that will be included with the package without a doubt.
Yeah, he just kind of wanted to bring back a proof of life.
Yeah. So he goes on to basically explain that like Kia O Ithel was the god as far as he knew. He was their god, their descended elder. He had been in that position for well over 1,000 years. And they know that he would have engaged in the battle with this creature. And he tells you just in general that over the millennia, the way that when the god fades into the ether of how the elves disappear, so to speak, then the next oldest, no matter who that person is, there is no hereditary structure. The next oldest elf takes over. But this very rarely happens. We're talking, in the entire history of the humanity on the earth, it probably happened 3 times. So he does go on, like I said, he does tell you that he believes very little has probably changed. So that's a very important point. He tells you that humans and probably dwarves, but he can't tell you any examples of dwarves, but he tells you that humans do not perceive from the same way that they perceive human lands. And he tries to explain, and I'm just going to keep it simple. He basically describes an acid trip to you. Like a very mild drug, that you will have trouble when you first get there until you become accustomed to
That's interesting.
atmosphere and it's just such a powerful magical place that I'm going to throw a book out there, and I highly doubt it. I hope someone read it, but I highly doubt it. Has anyone ever heard of The King of Elfland's Daughter?
No.
No?
No.
It was written in like 19 It was written in like 1910. It's like before Lord of the Rings and all that, and it's considered like the basis for all the elven myths. As far well, I shouldn't say that. There was Elvish, 6,000 years ago. The elves in or 600 years ago, the elves in Iceland, all that. Not like that, but I'm saying as far as fantasy literature goes, it's considered like the basis of where they went with all the elves are always looking to be separate and stuff like that. But I read it and I'm really trying to paint that picture that this is like I said, it's like an acid trip. He's trying to stress to you that there is going to be effects, and you are to take it slow, get used to where you're at. Hopefully, it goes smoothly. He's praying that that he doesn't even know where you're going to land, or how you're going to land, or how you're going to get there. Like, he unfortunately cannot offer you anything other than it's an island. He's going to tell you where it is, and he's going to point you in that direction and hope that Valmar steps up. He says you can use the ship. It's coming in 3 days. You could definitely take the Ariki, and hopefully it works out. Unfortunately, that's the best he can do. Also, he's willing to give one ring that will allow the wearer to understand Elvish and speak it.
Who's got the highest charisma?
I got a 16, but I already speak Elvish.
All right, who's next?
My charisma's a 10.
Mine's a 7.
Yeah, 7.
Tigran's is actually a 14.
Intelligence of 7 as well. Definitely not going to be me.
Tigran's a 14, actually, by the way.
Do you speak Elven?
No, I do not.
All right, well then take it.
All right, so
All right.
Tigran. Ring of,
So what is it?
I made it up. It's just a ring of Elvish tongue, of the Elvish
Okay.
tongue.
Oh, I'm writing it down.
All right, so you got the ring.
And do you have any other things that would aid us on our journey?
Besides my word that I can write, and we will provide you with documents to prove who you are. Unfortunately, that is all I can give you. He stresses that he was nobody. All these riches, he's coming clean basically at this point, and he says all these riches were the actual diplomats who happened to be back in Rome at the time of the cataclysm. And he basically just took over that guy's life. So because there's a mansion.
He's a fake.
There's a mansion next door. There's like a ridiculous mansion next to the lighthouse. So
Tigran's gonna call him a phony to his face.
You're really gonna say
we
that?
don't need words like that, Tigran. Come on.
Have you any special weapons?
No,
or anything.
He could tell. He will tell you that everything you have will function there. As far as another thing he will tell you is that there were humans there, like vice versa. As there were elves here, there were some humans that were privileged to go to Frome, that never returned. He doesn't know what happened to them. No one knows what happened to them, and some of them were ancient, like great heroes of Geneva. Unfortunately, to that point, he does tell you that the elves had very limited ability to extend the lives of other races. So he doubts they're still alive, but he doesn't know, what they could have came up with, or maybe they did come up with something.
Or maybe that place is that magical.
Maybe the DM needed a way to get you replacement characters if anybody dies.
Sonny, maybe I missed this, but is this place on a different plane? Like,
no.
So it's on our planet. It's just
on the map.
Right, okay.
It's just that
just weird.
It's just
Bermuda Triangle. An island in the Bermuda
strength,
Triangle.
exactly. The strength of the elven magic was so powerful that it was protected. It was always protected, and only
It's Kong Island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're saying our things will work there, like it's a different planet. But the Bermuda Triangle makes sense, as it's like, okay, gotcha.
So on that point, again, add a character just to move a little quicker. Valmar basically offers, he says, take the Ariki. It's coming. It's due in 3 days. For its latest trip back from Grandish. Um, so we can leave it at that. That you would have 3 days basically in town to prepare whatever you guys want to prepare. Just if you think there's anything you need to
Yeah,
bring.
one more thing that Torden would want to learn is a little bit of elven etiquette. Because his charisma is already really shitty, so he does not want to basically start a war when he gets there.
So he said he would.
His charisma is really shitty.
So he would say that while there are certainly differences in the way that certain things are handled as far as within court or at the lower classes, because the Elven society is extremely stratified.
Yeah, you don't need to go over. I just threw that in just to
Yeah,
add a
no, I
little
know,
bit
but
of
I did want
headline.
to say though he would say though that whoever you encounter most likely is in desperate need of your services, and don't be afraid, to come from that angle. He's not telling you to fight with everybody, but he is saying like you. It seems like we need heroes, and my people needs heroes, and we are willing, when that time comes, we are willing to lay. Like I told you my truth, they will likely treat you the same way.
Fair enough.
So if there's anything else you want to ask him, otherwise we can just breeze real quick, and I'll tell you a couple of. No.
I'm good.
Nope.
All right. So basically, 3 days pass. If like I said, if you want to buy anything, if there's anything you personally think you need to bring, if you forgot, or if I never told you, there's, as far as your treasure, because some of us have significant amounts of money. You can either, if you trust Valmar, you can leave it with him, and he built that whole safe area, or you can get the Sisters of Anhur are kind of like the Knights Templar with their banking system. So you can go to them and pay 5%, and they will give you a document, and then you don't have to worry about any of your.
I don't have to pay, do I?
I never really thought of that, because you're a priest of
I'm a
Anhur, huh?
cleric, so most of
Yeah.
my extra money would go there anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll say that clerics of Anhur would probably get a pass on paying for that. So if you want to turn in all your gold and all that, you'll get those documents. Otherwise, like I said, Valmar would secure it, and then you just have to hope that he doesn't get raided while you're gone. But he wouldn't. He would not backstab you guys or anything like that. You know that. So the ship comes 3 days later, but unfortunately, it bears slightly bad news. So some of you would know the crew, definitely Tigran. It's the crew of the Ariki is now half Grandishian, half Genevan, because some people got killed. So the Ariki arrives, and Captain Manu is filled in on all this information, and he's like, well, I serve at your bidding, it's your ship, but unfortunately, he made a contract, and he is carrying goods for the town of Apesh, which is very far south. Do I have it? You know what? I do want to load up Geneva. Oh, I have Geneva. Here we go. How is that going to load up? All right. If you zoom in and go all the way down the peninsula there in the corner, do you see the town of Apesh? It's kind of like an island there.
Hold on a second.
Where's my pointer? Here you go. Down here.
Yeah.
So you guys are all up here, right? And the Ariki came from Grandish, and now he's telling you that unfortunately, I am at your bidding for the month, but I do have a contract to
Where do we gotta
take
go?
care of here in Apesh. And where you need to go is almost due west, somewhere out there in the sea is Frome.
Right.
So we're gonna go to
Alright,
Pesh
well-
first, and then take another ship from there.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
No, he's
I'm
gonna
going to
take.
look at Valmar and say, whose ship is this?
Exactly.
Well, there's one problem. Valmar makes a lot of money
Mr. Tough.
from Mr.
Well, I'm
Ranger.
going to look at Valmar and say, sounds like you need a new captain.
Yeah, but you can cancel that contract if that's more important. Or is this for the elves more important?
Well,
you have to decide.
there is one consideration. So, Leogalor would have stressed another thing, which I forgot. This is just me. I totally forgot. Along the lines of the whole acid trip thing I was saying, he also would have warned you that elves in the elven land have little to no concept of time, and they do everything at a pace that you guys would consider very slow. And in their heads, it's not that they're doing it slow, it's that there's just no sense of urgency because they live forever. And so even the most pressing matters, which would drive you crazy, to them is like they don't care.
All right. If he says that,
Like being in
Torden
Jamaica.
wants to look. Yeah, Torden and the Middle East and all over the world. But he wants to look at Valmar and say, for this, 10% of your profit should go to the Sisters of Anhur. The 10% of your profit off of this contract to show how much you back this venture of us. Because this is a lot of wasted time.
So he smiles for a second.
And then he
He's like,
looks
"Wait a
over
minute."
at Contract and he looks and he looks over at Xantar and he looks over at Gabarin and Shaw and says, we could have been drinking for all this time. But no, we could have been eating bacon. But no,
I
we've
like
been
how he
preparing.
negotiates.
But no, this is so you, Mr. Purple Man, with your wife, that's more important than this mission, and your ship, which is its business venture, is more important than this mission. But you're wasting our times.
Who says his
Am I
charisma
right?
is 7?
And
I don't.
I'm gonna look over at the crowd of our men, and I'm gonna say, am I right? Is this just we're just here for your entertainment? We're your
He
little
doesn't see the
puppets?
connection to Anhur on this one.
I'm like, makes the teach great again.
He sees the connection
wherever,
because
right?
that's basically Torden saying, you're wasting my time. This is your punishment. This is a penalty. And if you really want it, it's going to basically be a man. Who are you as Valmar? As this big, important man making all this money, doing whatever you do, which is cool. That's cool. But who are you as a person? Are you going to be somebody that can take 10% of your own profits and put it into the Sisters of Anhur on this one contract? Or are you just another like everybody else? And then we could have taken a fucking rowboat
So,
and at least been 3 days out in the middle of the ocean.
well, you definitely can't take a rowboat.
Can.
So he says, he laughs for a second, and he says, "You realize that it's like 500 gold pieces a month. We're not talking much money here."
It's the principle. Dwarves are about principle. Anhur would like anything. And plus, it would be a good
Anhur
blessing
likes-
upon this quest.
And her likes blood.
Yeah, unfortunately, once you leave, Anhur won't be getting much blood.
He's just talking mad shit because
Yeah, no, I get it. I get
it's
it.
a waste of time. And he's a dwarf.
So he,
And there's bacon that was left on a table. I had to take a beer because this was so important.
Valmar
We've been
is
doing other things
willing.
for 3 days.
Valmar's willing to. So you guys would have been providing a lot of the almost protection in a way just from being there. Like, I'm not saying you physically actually had to do any work, but just from being around town, you kept this throng of adventurers that have been, who are not as trustworthy as you are from destroying the town. So he says, I'll offer you this. I will provide. So the Ariki's going with. Well, actually, no. Wait a minute. He says, wait a minute. Time out. I'm giving you my ship,
3 days late.
but for an unknown amount of time. I'm losing.
Look at him. This is how he
I'm
turns it.
losing possibly months, possibly years.
I'm going to go to sleep now. Wake me up when the ship gets
Yvain will try to
you know,
compromise between them and say,
he-
Valmar, how about 3 days of beer? Just stock it. He can drink for the next 3
Ah!
days, and it won't be wasted time.
This is a good man. And he's
Tigrin's
going to
gonna-
pat you on your shoulder, and he's going to say, I like you. We're going to go places.
So being that his next business venture is a brewery that he's opening, he will absolutely agree to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tigrin's gonna step in, actually, and he's gonna put his arm around the dwarf, and he's gonna say, "We're gonna keep you full of beer, but we're gonna do what needs to be done."
This is the buddy hanging on the coattails of the Purple Man. But I'll be fine, and he's gonna pull out his drinking horn and just get ready.
Tigrin gives him a little extra squeeze, like a little hug, a little squeeze.
Awesome. All right. So basically, like I said, if you guys want to do anything before we leave town, throw it on your sheet, whatever. Couple days go by like normal. You know what he even does? Valmar and Leogalor even pay for the next couple days of you in town. So the place is taken care of. If anybody's leaving money and stuff with Valmar, just send it to me so I know. But Manu, he has to, of course, refurnish and they actually have to do a little bit of work on the ship because you guys, where is the ship? There were no beds. So because I'm a freak like that,
And
I actually redid the ship. So now where is my picture of the ship?
Tigrin misses the boats and the sea, so he's gonna help with whatever work needs to be done on the ship.
Yes. So here's what the ship has. I'm put a picture.
in Geneva or Albert?
I see what you wrote, Rob. So the ship is very small, the Ariki. I just dropped it in the Discord chat. He's gonna give up his quarters so someone can use them. Manu and the first mate sit in that other room, and then if you look down in the hold, they sort of in the middle they put up 4 bunks where they used to keep animals, and then there's 2 guest quarter beds in the front. So I'm sure there would be much jostling, and maybe you guys will switch, but it's only about a 2-day journey anyway. Actually, it's about a 4-day journey to the town of Apesh.
When we board, Zartan wants to climb up to the crow's nest, and he's gonna occupy that.
Yeah,
The whole time?
Tigrin stays in the front of the ship the entire time. If he's gonna sleep, that's where he's gonna sleep.
Same thing with Zartan. Crow's nest.
So just so you know, we are going to use my ship rules, but not for this journey. When you travel across to Frome, we're looking at like a week-long journey, if not longer. But this is basically you're hugging the coast. It's a trading route. There's no danger. And you're just going to Apesh. So let's see. 3 days have gone by, and then 4 more. So it is the 19th. And you arrive. I just have to open my notes because now we're in like a real adventure. What do you think so far?
Cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Keep it going. Don't pause.
No, we're not. I just have to write some stuff.
I'm not kidding.
Oh,
And
We'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah,
Sorry.
take a quick break. Actually, I'm gonna get a beer, and I have to open new notes anyway.
I was gonna say Zartan would stay in the crow's nest only unless there was bad enough weather to, chase him out.
Right up until I start reading again, the weather is good.
All right.
All right, I'll be right back.
Who's not leaving for a break?
I'm staying. What's up, Carmen?
I'm here.
So
I'm here.
I'm multitasking a bit, and he's. I mean, this is moving pretty quick. Why are we going to this place?
Because
right.
that's where the ship had a contract to, so we kind of unfortunately.
No, not
No. He
not
needs
to
the elf's
Apesh.
place.
The main
the
to
mission.
Fran.
The mission is that
Go ahead.
after the cataclysm, the elves that were here, that for whatever reason, like Sonny said, on vacation, working, whatever, they got trapped, and some humans got trapped in the elven realm, and for some reason, only humans and dwarves can pass through the barrier
Mm-hmm.
to get to this island, and we're just basically going to be like the messengers that are going to say, hey, everybody's okay. We think this is what happened, but we're also going to investigate. So I said, what's our motivation? Zartan was flat out asking, what the hell's going on? Why would we go there? And he said, there's great magic there. There's great, wealth and reward. And
Exploration, right. I heard all that because this is like an untouched place for us to adventure.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
And they
what
need
about
heroes there,
the
too.
body that arrived on the shore with the dagger in it?
Did I ever get the fucking dagger? Damn it.
No,
Oh,
I'm
make
going to
sure
assume
you
that
get
you
the
did.
dagger.
I'm gonna assume I did too.
Because he said he was going to give it to you the next morning. He just wanted to look at it overnight.
Yeah, so I gotta double check with Sonny, make sure.
Yeah. Remember to ask him that. That was their way of sending a message to the elves. Like that was like their last resort way of trying to, communicate with them.
That guy killed himself because no living elf can get through the barrier, but a dead
Yes.
Right.
Got
exactly.
it. So that was the elf's message out.
That's a pretty cool idea,
Okay.
actually. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. They sent the fucking body with a note, basically.
They
You know where I
literally
got that
killed the
from?
messenger.
So Rob, we haven't brought this up in a while, but like, I get all my ideas from like movies and whatever. We all do, whatever.
Everybody does, yeah.
But I don't even try to veil mine. Like you could pretty much pick them out if you know what you're looking for. You know where I got this one from?
No, I hadn't
Anybody ever
seen
seen what's that?
I had never seen that before. It's good.
It was an operation in World War II where the British took a body from like a morgue, dressed it up. You know what I'm talking about? Todd
It's a
definitely.
famous. There's a great real movie with it's on Netflix.
Yep, it's a great movie. Operation Mincemeat.
Mincemeat, yeah, that was it. Very good military deception.
So when they were invading Sicily, it was like so obvious that the Allies were going to invade Sicily. So they wanted to try and somehow make the Germans believe that they weren't. So what they did,
Crete instead.
So somewhere in Greece. Was it Crete? I know it was somewhere in Greece.
They wanted to hit Sicily, but they wanted the Germans to go to Crete.
So they dropped a body dressed up like a British major with all, everything perfect with documents saying they were going to Greece, and they did it specifically off the coast of Spain because they knew Spain was playing both sides, and they knew that Spain would not only give all the information to the Germans, but give the body back, and then the British could confirm if anything was touched. And that's exactly what they did. The Germans opened this envelope like really carefully, but then they resealed it. But the British were able to tell that they did, so they knew that they knew, and it's an awesome story. So that's where I came up with that idea. So, 7 days. Sorry, my calendar is supposed to be 7 days.
Sonny, one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
That guy gave me that dagger back?
Yeah, so before you would have left, that's right, sorry. So now on the day you're leaving, which I actually have a picture I was supposed to put up, the day you're leaving, you guys would have had some meeting again before that, and they would have provided you with that dagger since you asked for it. So I guess you're going to have that?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to hold on to it. I might, whatever. Anyway, what is it? Dagger,
It-
elven
it-
dagger. That's it.
Yeah, it's just an elvish ceremonial dagger. It's not magical in any way or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fine. What 1d4?
Yeah.
Got it.
Honestly,
Thank
you probably wouldn't even look at it as a weapon because it's so fine and delicate and small. It's more of like something
Yeah,
ceremonial.
I know. I'm just writing it down. I don't know.
And they also would have given you the list that Torden asked for, which is just
I
a
wrote
list
that down.
of all the names of the elves who have passed since the cataclysm, because unfortunately living in the human lands, it becomes much more likely that they could pass. It's not many, but there's a few that did die. And then and then also some documents sealed, which is the information they want you to give the elves. As far as some is to confirm who you are, some is just messages they want to pass, whatever. So 7 days spent skirting the jagged shoreline of the Whistling Coast. A cry from the crow's nest, which I guess is partially Zartan, turns everyone's eyes towards the feeble lights of a small village. The islands are rocky and bare, hardly the place one would expect to encounter a settlement. But here it is, isolated, wind-whipped, downtrodden. There's no better words to describe Apesh. New guides and support, a short line of wooden docks protruding into the sea. Sure enough, the winds pick up even as the lines are tightened. Only a handful of men approach to unload the ship as the sky darkens, the obvious portent of a coming storm. Manu frowns as he surveys the scene. Looks like we're going to be staying here for a few days, boys. May as well go have a drink. And he points you towards the one inn in town. It's a very small town. And he tells you it's called the Last Coin. Amidst the driving rain, it's the only welcoming doorway anyway. Inside, you quickly realize why the town carries such a reputation. There's two men at the bar drinking, one passed out at a table, and another peeing in the back against one of the walls. The bartender is throwing darts, trying to hit the guy who is passed out at the table. No one greets you as you walk in. And I did have pictures to put up, which I screwed up, didn't I?
No one greets us.
Nope. They don't even glance up. No one even looks as if they can.
Jeez.
Zartan wants to approach the bartender and say, "Nice game. Can I play?"
He looks at you, he smiles. Sure. And he gives you a dart.
All right. Zartan wants to throw one
All right. Roll d20.
on Owlbear.
Yeah. Everything's gonna be on Owlbear.
Yep, you got it.
This is the town as you pulled in.
Ouch.
Mm.
Damn.
You throw this dart. I guess you've never thrown a dart before because it just like it doesn't even make it to the table. It just drops short. Everybody laughs.
Nah, that's Zartan's just setting him up because then we're gonna start betting.
So my
Exactly,
name,
that's what it is.
my name's Crenshaw. It's not often we get visitors here. Where are you guys from? Where are you boys from? He looks around. Dwarves too, huh? I haven't had dwarves here. And when was the last time we had dwarves here? And one of the guys at the bar, I haven't seen a dwarf in years. The drunk guy burnt.
Well, you got us now.
The peeing guy is like leaning up against the wall.
Sonny, can you put the world map back up?
Yeah.
Just because I'll forget the city name.
Yeah, I got to see if I can move it. I got to get better at that. I think I can, though.
Oh, there it is.
Isn't there a way, Todd? Someone that messes isn't. I just had it selected before. Now it won't. There it
You
is.
got it.
Yeah, it's a pain.
How do I move it?
So you have to double click it,
Yeah.
and then there's going to be like a little tiny thing that you can see up on the top right, and then you can move it that way. But this is where a lot of times you can have up on your tab on the right bar towards the top, you can change scenes. So that's what I used to do.
Yeah,
to
I don't
like
have it
a
loaded
travel
as a scene though. That's the
and then
problem.
I would have various other scenes open so I could, because you can
Oh, so
adjust
you
it
want to
if you want to
cover
go to
that
the gnat's
background.
ass.
It's fine like this, to be honest, because all you're doing is looking at it. We're not doing
Yeah,
anything. So yeah, you're down. You're down
yeah.
here.
But you can
Okay, so
cover it.
that's what I was asking. I forgot the town name. We arrived at Apesh.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're just at the port right now?
You're just in the
The
port,
one
and
in
basically, Manu told you that. Manu told you you're probably gonna have to stay here for a few days because there's a storm, but he's gonna go as quickly as he can and get you guys out of here. And they're already like unloading whatever it was he was delivering. It was probably alcohol or something, just your typical stuff because this is such an out of the way place. And so yeah, you guys went over to the tavern just to pass some time. Maybe if you're lucky, maybe it'll only be one night. So these guys are here. They seem interested in talking to you. No one
All
cares
right.
about this place. What are you guys doing here?
Passing through.
Yeah. Seems everybody. And by the way, anytime I talk, it could be any of these three guys that are there.
Mhm.
The one, and he says, one of them is like, yeah, everybody's passing through. It's never, ever since that, and they look out. They kind of like look towards like what would be away from the water. And like ever since that tower, ever since that guy showed up, no one comes here anymore. Not even the king's men left.
Who's in the tower?
Who's the guy?
Strange fella. Came here a couple years ago. What do you think it was, Jeff? What do you think it was? 5, 6 years ago.
What's the
Came
name?
into town. We don't even know his name. He never comes down here. Where he gets his food, I have no idea.
Is he a wizard?
What's the trouble? Yeah.
What do you?
Must be. I mean, you guys have seen the lights. One guy talks to the other guy again, they're describing like all kinds of lights, and the place it sometimes smells come down. It's almost like they're riding the clouds down into the town, and the whole town smells for like 3 days. And
It's like
I mean-
weed.
What? Why do you all put up with it? Why don't you tell him to move along?
what are we to do? And I told you, even the king's men left. We're just a bunch of there's some mines. So they do tell you that there's some mines on the island. So there is like a little bit like that's why there's anybody still here. Is because there is some mines but it's not riches. It's like coal. So that they scrape by. They grow some stuff and whatever. They scrape by. They're just kind of like fishermen, and so like
Well,
where are we to go?
I'm not telling your business, but if 20 angry miners showed up at my house, I'd probably move on.
I mean, it doesn't really bother anybody, I guess, but it's just weird, and things have been weird since he got here.
any king's women around?
They all seem to agree. Like he hasn't really hurt anybody. As far as you can tell, you haven't seen a woman at all.
That's what I'm
Even
saying.
like if you guys ordered anything, like he yelled to the back, like a guy came out, like another guy came out, brought stuff out. The guy that's peeing against the wall, he's like, "I'll be whatever you want."
Wait, so some other guy, the guy that was throwing darts, some other guy came out to like pour us drinks or whatever?
So you got a bartender, but like no, I said it like if you ordered food or anything, like if you wanted any kind of food, then
It's like
there's 'cause
Muller
they
and Curling.
it's definitely a backwater place, but they have a couple drinks, they have rooms for the night. He says we have some rooms, they're empty right now, of course. The price is here. It's 5 silver pieces per night to stay, 2 silver pieces for a meal. They're out of most drinks, but they have some ale and like sort of like a basic whiskey.
What about bacon?
They don't have bacon here.
Uh,
You're out of luck.
Sonny.
Yeah.
Tigran just puts 10 gold on the bar and says, we'll do whatever we want.
One of the guys drinking whistles. And he looks up at the bartender. He's like, "That much money? You should be giving us free drinks for the night. You haven't made that much coin in how long?" And then the bartender puts his arm down and he says, "Throwing money around like that, maybe you should go up there and see what go knock on that."
I'm gonna tell that other guy to shut up.
Oh, that's right up if you give him any kind of gruff. Like they're pushed at first, but like if they're scared shit of you.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
But the bartender though, he's like, well, maybe you guys should go up the hill. Ain't been nobody else in town for the last year or two that seemed up to snuff.
Just to say hello, or
yeah, I mean, right, exactly. Thank you.
Or are you saying something? Go ahead and say it. Just be clear.
Oh, I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt if we were rid of him, but I mean, that's.
I see. I look at Tigran.
I mean, it's not every day that adventurers come into town.
And
I
murder
guess you're
people
here
for you.
I mean, I said be clear. I mean, that's. I thought that's what they were implying.
Sounds like it.
There's a tinge of color.
With everything going on, you're gonna see Torden kind of holding up his morning star to his ear and say, "Yeah, okay," and then he'll put it down like he's basically talking to it and say, "Yeah, looks like Anhor wants some blood." If you, we've been on that boat. We've been on that boat for a few days. Tigran, you could use a workout, couldn't you?
I'm always ready, buddy.
And we can see what this guy's made of, and he's pointing at Graverin.
Rob, Gavain, roll a d20.
All right, here we go. D20 coming up.
You know how to use the dice on here?
Yeah, I got 10.
And where am I here? Why is it not switching?
I have to change it to show, right? Am I hiding? No, I'm showing.
All right, so you
I saw it.
kind of elbow one of the other guys and kind of maybe start to talk, but I'll let you take that over. But you have picked up on the fact that they know more than they're telling you.
Oh yeah. I'll nod. I'll say now. If we're being completely honest, I think there's probably a little more you need to tell us before we agree to something like this. So just let's put all the cards on the table.
They look at each other.
Tigran stands up if he wasn't already standing. I don't know, whatever. Like sort of like
like show his height,
fluffs up his feathers, whatever.
Yeah. So the peeing guy, who literally has been up against the wall the whole time, buttons up his pants, walks over. He sits down at the table that the drunk passed out guy is sitting at. But he looks at you, and you guys can see that he is completely clear-eyed. He's not drunk. He's drinking, but he's fine. And he says, "Yeah, there's more. There's more. And they're not telling you. I'm the mayor of this town."
Everyone erupts in laughter.
I'm the fucking school teacher then.
Who is he, E.B. Farnham?
And he says, yeah. And he says, "I don't know his name. We do know his business. He's definitely a some magic using sort. But," and he looks over at them, "they lied to you about him not coming down here ever. He comes down here. He comes down here at night. Maybe once a month. A little more than once a month. A little less than once a month. Usually around whenever the moon is highest and brightest. And a ship, a small ship, one single mast, not of the type that normally can make it around the Horn. comes in. He does some sort of business with it, and he carries a sack back up to his tower, and that's all we see of him. But as they did say, the truth is that strange lights, strange sounds, sometimes strange smells have been coming from that tower ever since he showed up. We don't even know if he owns it. It was just a rundown tower, and one day he came into town, took it over.
And as the mayor, you're seeking to authorize us as agents of the law. You think some law has been broken and he needs to be brought to justice.
No one here is saying to kill him. I mean, the dwarf, Master Dwarf over here, I don't know what he's talking about with blood. I guess he's a follower of Anher, which makes
Praise
sense.
Anher.
Guys, I'm sorry. I just had to answer a phone call. I was gone for a few minutes, so I don't know what's going on. But go ahead. I'll try to pick it up.
We're
You
still
didn't really
good,
miss
Jake.
one.
Yeah.
But maybe just someone we haven't like my Crenshaw said, we haven't had anyone in town that would even dare to knock on his door in
So you
quite
just
a
want
while.
somebody brave and tough to walk up there and find out what he's about and come back and tell you.
I would not ask much to delay you on your way, as I am sure you are here for a reason that requires you elsewhere. But we would appreciate it if maybe. And by the way, another thing you're getting is that sometimes the role play doesn't come out right. They're not being sneaky in the sense that they're scared. You get the impression that this town is like nobody else is on the streets. There's people here. You saw some houses with some lights and just like in the picture, but there is nobody on the streets. A couple guys ran out of a building, ran to the secure the ship, started unloading it, but like there's like no activity. Like you would get the impression like what's going on here? These people are prisoners or something? Like so in this conversation, what you're taking from it is that they're scared and they're almost like, wow, look who just walked in. Like, what, we're so lucky.
Just looking for somebody to go invest. Yeah, that's. I mean, what do you think? Anybody have an objection to go up there and see what this guy's about?
Mr. Mayor.
No, I mean Tigran's all about that shit. So whatever.
Well, if I got to choose between sitting here or, investigating that, I'd rather choose intrigue over boredom.
Agreed.
That's what I'm saying.
The blade of my axe.
Mr. Mayor, we do this, and once a week, you gather people in here and you praise to Anher. And I'm going to spit in my hand, still holding my drink in my other one. And I'm like, right?
It
ain't asking for much.
He doesn't spit in his hand, but he shakes your hand.
All right.
He says that if you guys get him out of our town, get him to leave our town, I won't have to make anybody worship Anher. They would all do it on their own.
Oh, wow.
The praise that Anher would receive would just be unmatched.
Well, I think we have a way to pass the time then, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Right. We got 2 or a day or 3, maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want to head up now?
What's the time?
I was just going to ask, what time of day is it?
And what's the weather?
Well, the storm is definitely building. It's not. I'm not like saying it's like some crazy storm, but it's like I don't know a shitload about boats.
It's like a little windy.
Yeah, it's enough that like he pulled into port and he wouldn't want to leave port until he knew that the winds were more favorable. So it's not really a storm.
But it's not storm.
Squall.
Yeah, it's like crappy weather.
Squall.
But
I don't know if we're going to have any trouble, but I would like to and add a bit of strength to you just in case we do get into any scuffles.
Wait, what?
Just stand still and let me. I'll begin to move my hands around and incant the spell. This won't hurt a bit.
That's what she said.
He's used to magic.
All
right.
That's the worst. Yeah, that's the worst thing that could have happened. The only way you wouldn't have gotten an improvement.
How do you pronounce that name? The character name?
Gavain.
Gavain. And I get this is why I was asking in the beginning. How does he fit into our party? Like, how did
I was introduced in the end by Valmar and just sort
Mm-hmm.
of I was visiting him for some magic
Okay.
business and
Oh, so
just got swept
you're
up.
not a friend of someone like Valmar introduced you.
Yeah, I just
Okay. I was confused on that in the beginning.
you got 10 percentile points, but that doesn't do anything for you, I think. So, alas.
10% of what do you mean?
Your strength is now 1887.
Oh, fantastic.
I wanna I wanna ask the mayor because I haven't said much. Like Shaw just kind of lingers around and pays attention to everything. I wanna ask the mayor if he came down this month yet. The guy from the tower.
Um, no, he has not.
And what day of the month is it? Is it far into the month?
We are on the 19th of the month.
Okay.
I closed the calendar.
And it's nighttime. I know we're not here for long, but
Yes, it's nighttime.
he hasn't come down, so we could
Set an ambush.
we could try to wait and see if he makes his way down, or we could just mosey our way up there. I mean, there's fucking 6 of
Oh,
us.
man. Unfortunately, nothing changed for Sean.
Yeah, that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That's the only roll that wouldn't have got him something.
Yep.
All good.
No, well, that's up to you guys. You know,
No, I'm
no,
saying that
yes.
to us, to the party.
Yeah, so with the mayor, based on how much they've been observing this guy's activity, like waiting for a moon, a half a moon, whatever, where are we in that pattern? Since he hasn't been here
He just said
yet
once
this
or
month.
twice a month at
Yeah,
nighttime.
there's some time. There's like a week or two before the high moon.
I'm going to guess since our ship won't go out in the storm, his ship won't come in the storm, so we'll probably have to go up there.
Wise words.
I didn't catch that. So he lives on like a small island.
No,
he goes down. He leaves this tower and he comes down and meets a ship and gives the ship something, and they give him a sack. So he comes down to meet a ship. The
via
ship
ship.
won't be here.
Yeah,
He doesn't use the ship. He walks to where the
Right.
ship would
No,
be,
I
but the ship won't
gotcha.
be here.
Okay.
Did you see the picture
Correct.
from? It's in
Picture?
the Geneva thing on.
Oh yeah, that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
I didn't see that. No, that's really cool. Yeah, no,
it's
fuck it. Let's just go up there then.
tower up there above the town.
yeah, and there will be. Sometimes I may say something. Don't take these pictures super literally. Like if you look up at the Valmar one, he looks different in that one, and the ship looks way bigger. Like I'm just doing my best with the AI.
No, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Let me just say goodnight to Sienna.
Yeah.
Are you walking away?
And
No,
Mr.
I was texting.
Gavain, I'm not too versed in your kind, and he's kind of hinting about magic. How are you on your little finger things? Do you need time? Are you good? He's basically asking Gavain if we go on this mission now, like have you are you studied up on useful spells or should we wait?
No, I think I'm ready to go. Hopefully, it won't come to that, but I have a wide variety of incantations to help when the time arises.
All right.
No,
All right.
He's gonna pat you on your shoulder. That's the type of dwarf he is. But he was
Between
just
us, I'm
kind of
very,
nervous about how this whole magic thing works. Doesn't really understand it a lot. But you said you're good. We're good.
I'm very excited about this. This was a one shot that I wrote that was supposed to be run first with you guys, then with the first edition group, and both times I never got it got canceled both times. So I stuck it in here.
Good.
So
Now,
yeah,
do we have a thief?
this is Artan.
Zartan is our thief. I'll say Zartan. We've not worked together before. How would you feel about being invisible while the rest of us make first contact, just in case that you want to sneak behind him or get into other sorts of?
Sounds good to me.
That's
All right.
exactly Zartan.
It will last until you attack or do anything else sort of outlandish. So until then, you'll be Ensorcelled. You'll have to let us know where you are, though. We'll lose track of you.
Much obliged.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll let us know.
You
And
stay away from my coin purse, you measly little fingers.
Rob,
And
I
I'm
heard
gonna
you.
took.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, no, no. I'm just fucking around.
I heard you ask before if I was um I forgot what you said. What character Shaw was? I'm a human monk. I don't
Ooh,
I
very
don't
cool.
remember what you said, but it wasn't.
I said druid because it looked like he had like a oak stick in his hand or something. I couldn't tell what his.
I'm
Looked like
also working with the AI. It's a sunflower staff.
very cool.
So at the head of it's a big sunflower bud. But I'm a human monk.
Very cool.
Yeah, fuck. Let's go up there and get in
All
this
right.
guy.
Fuck shit up.
So the tower they spoke of definitely looms over the town. When you go out the back, come around, you only have to go a couple streets. It's pretty much like I said, it's a small dirt paved town type of place. And you see on a bluff about maybe like 500 yards away from the last building, there is this tower. And as you get closer, there's a little trail. You know, you can walk up it. Um, Maybe you gotta be a little careful because the weather's not the best and it's raining, but it's nothing that we need to make rolls for or anything like that. And sure enough, yeah, when you get closer, you notice that like it's run down. It doesn't look like he did anything to improve it. You can't imagine, especially Gavain as like a magic user himself, you just can't imagine that any self-respecting magic user would choose this to be his tower. And as you get closer, you notice that the front door is open and there is a very eerie blue light coming out of the roof. The rest of the tower, even where there's holes and bricks are missing or windows, the rest of the tower is basically dark. But from the roof, there's like a blue light coming out of where the roof is, the areas where like the roof
Like
shingle.
straight up.
Well, just imagine there's a bright blue light and some of the shingles are missing. So it's like,
Right. I got you.
emanating out from where there's openings.
Before we go in, Torden's gonna kind of whisper to everybody, and he's gonna look around for where the invisible Zartan would be, and kind of whisper, before we get in contact, or if we get surprised, my very first action will be to bless us all. And Anher, you can praise Anher. But so try to stay a little bit close to me, and you should be able to get that blessing of the great Anher. So that's basically what he's saying. He's not casting it now, but right when we either have initiative or something happens, that's basically going to be his first action. So kind of stay close to him to get that blessing.
That'll be very useful. I feel like we may want to a bit more. Before we go in, perhaps we want to know what that blue light is. Would everybody mind if I took a quick trip up there to look?
You got wings?
I've got a few things that I can do.
You impress me.
Keep an eye on me. Don't let anything happen to me. I'll turn myself. I'll use probably more self. Turn myself into an owl and fly up to look into where the blue light is coming from.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so quick description. There's windows on the first floor. The second, well, you don't know how many floors, but there's 4 floors. So there are windows what appear to be a first floor. Then there's like a 30-foot span where there's some holes missing, but no windows. The top floor, there's no windows, no holes. It's the only floor that's like taken care of, but the roof, as I said, so you would fly up. Point I'm making is if you wanted to fly in, you'd have to do it from the lower floors.
Right.
When you fly up to the roof,
Yeah.
What's that?
I was just going to ask about the blue light. So it's just on the roof, just hovering there. Yeah.
So you fly up to the roof. The roof itself is relatively intact. It's not like the roof collapsed. It's just that there's some shingles missing, so that's where the lights are coming from. and it is a very intense light. You don't get the impression. Oh, by the way, that doesn't take like a long time to cast, right?
4 segments.
Yeah, okay. Because other than that, there's really no reason to it. You just cast it.
This is an invisible component, so I just say a word and up I go.
Yep. So all of you see this. I think most of you have seen some strange things before, so you're
Yeah.
used to this. But he just turned into an owl and flew up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So there's like 2 particular spots where you feel like you might be able to get close enough to really like look in. It's a very bright light though.
And I have a
You don't get the
spellcraft.
impression that it's like a laser that's going to kill you or anything like that though.
Oh, I have a
It's just a-
spellcraft proficiency. Is that any value? Just to figure out what it's for.
I'll say that just you have enough general knowledge of spells that you don't that if it's magical in that sense, like coming from a spell, then it's basically just a very strong continual light. Like there's no flickering. It's just a really intense light.
Gotcha.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like if there was a fireball, just so to speak, there would be like a flash of light or what. It's not like that. There's no change in intensity. It's just there must be something really bright blue in that top level.
Oh wow. Okay. And for good measure, I'll fly. The first floor had windows, I believe you said, so I'll fly around the building, looking in each of those windows to see if I see anything.
So on the first floor, you see that you get your glimpses enough to see that the room that the first basically the whole first floor, it's an open room, right? There's no rooms. You could see as you fly around. You're like, it's just an open area. It looks like it's in shambles. It looks like this was probably half like sort of the living area. Maybe like he sat down for meals there, almost like it's a a lounge area, kitchen, dining area, but it seems to be in shambles. You don't see any what's it called though? You don't see any living beings, any creatures.
Good. And you said the second floor had some holes.
Second floor has some holes, so they're not windows though, so you won't be able to see as much. But if you fly around the second floor and peer through these windows, as a wizard, you kind of get the impression that maybe this was the floor where, like, magical research was taking place. Maybe spellcasting.
Necromancy.
Maybe.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
But again, it's like more just in shambles. It's dark in there. Almost looks empty. It almost looks like the second floor really didn't have much in it. But it looks like you get the impression that it looks like there's some symbols. Maybe you caught glimpses of like symbols painted on the floor. I guess that would be your key. That would be your indicator.
Okay.
And as far as if there's a third floor, because there is a space for like enough space for there to be a third floor, but you can't see enough to see if like anything in that floor.
Okay. I'll fly back down, resume my human form. I can turn back and forth as often as I desire for the duration. It takes a round to turn though. I'll turn back down and say, it's clear as far as I can tell. The first 2 floors seem to be empty.
What's the duration for that?
14 turns.
Oh, all right. So 2 hours, more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. Okay.
You see, Torden has a big smile because he hasn't really dealt with many wizards, and that's pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be of service. Now, as I said, it seems open. I let you, perhaps this is a place for Zartan in his invisible form to take over. I don't know how you want to handle this.
It's my experience that something like this, Zartan, would be very helpful looking for traps too before we go charging in the place.
So where are we standing right now?
Basically, as far as you want, as close as you wanted to get.
Okay.
I don't know. You could tell me you stopped wherever you did because there's nothing coming at you. Anything. Anyway.
Okay.
I have a rope and a grappling hook.
So
If that would be
Zartan
of use.
just wants to excavate. So you didn't see any movement, no life.
No, not a bit. As far as I can tell, there's nothing there. First floor doesn't look like it's been used at all. Second floor, perhaps there's some research. I suspect a necromancer, but I have no concrete proof.
Hmm. So we can always gain entry through one of these windows on the first floor if we wanted.
But it appears to be so.
All right. So Zartan's going to go to the nearest first floor window, whether that's in the front or the side, and he's going to check for traps. Do you want to roll that, Sonny, or you want him to roll that?
No, you can roll it. I want everything shown. I know there's that little thing that people, but I don't care.
Yeah, no sweat. Okay. I want to know.
The door's open though, just so you know. I don't know if you heard me say that. It's like swinging.
No, I
open.
didn't. I didn't hear you say
I mean,
that.
you can still check it, of course, but just so you know, it's kind of open. You could sort of see like a little bit inside. It's dark, but you could see.
Is there stairs like leading to the door,
Well,
or it's on
Rob
the
from his
ground?
Gavain from his flying around would have told you the stairs are on the opposite wall, but he would have seen a spiral staircase. Yes.
You're approaching by yourself?
No, not in. I'm talking about outside to the front door. You said the front door. We're standing in front of the tower, right? This
Yep.
building. And the
Yeah,
front
if you're
door is
gonna go that
swinging.
close,
It's
yep.
swinging. It's swinging open. You said
It's swinging open. Yeah.
from the wind. But my question is, do we have to walk upstairs and get to a landing to get to that door? Or is that door level with the ground?
Oh no, that door is level with the ground. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's like you would have to walk up from that path, but yeah.
No. I get that. So, if
No stairs.
no stairs, if there's no stairs, then obviously I'll go up to the door. And especially since Gavain said that the place seemed relatively empty, and I'll just check the door really quick for traps instead of the window. All right. So I'm rolling to check the door for traps.
Boom.
Yes.
Sure, T1, and my fine remove is 75.
Yes. So you are very confident that the door is safe and that you don't know why it's left open. You can't tell. It has a lock. Everything's there and it looks like it functions as far as you can tell, but for some reason the door's open.
All right. So then I'm going to look to Gavain and say, I don't see any physical traps. Anything that you could tell?
I'll look at our what is it, the god Ansur? Is that right? Am I saying
And
that?
her.
And her.
And her.
And
Look
her.
at our good follower of Anhur and say, can you cast detect magic? It is not one that I had prepared this day.
Oh, yes, you can't do all without and her. And I will look up, close my eyes, grasp my my mace, and cast detect magic. And I'll be right behind Zartan when I do it.
All right. Offhand, just real quick, it kind of works the same, right? It works the same as the wizard one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're basically, as you turn, there's a cone of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
So,
right behind Zartan.
and
so
it'll last 10 minutes, so he'll have it a while.
So, you actually, as you're turning, like you almost would wonder, maybe you've never done this before, whether you would see Zartan, but you don't. It doesn't reveal Zartan.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't think, right? Detect magic wouldn't detect. No, you have to detect invisibility.
Yeah, that would nullify the spell, which it shouldn't.
Yeah, no. So, you don't see anything. Nothing glows, lights up, nothing like that. The door appears just to be a normal door, and inside the sliver that you could see without pushing the door open, there's nothing glowing or.
Let's just go inside.
All right, so I will report that. Yeah, it looks good.
All right, as soon as he says that, Zartan's
Tigran
going to
wants to
slip in.
just go in.
I know,
What did you say, Mike?
Sean. I'm always with you, but I got to remember I'm playing a monk.
What'd you say, Mike?
I said as soon as you finished your sentence saying it all looked clear, Zartan slipped in and doesn't say a word.
All right. Zartan,
All right.
we're good to
Tigran's
go.
done with this. He's going in.
All right, so you guys make your way in. Zartan slips in. He's invisible, and if everybody comes in, you'll all see that the first floor of the tower is completely open. As I said, it's just the walls of the tower. To your right, the wall has crumbled on the inside, but you didn't see that on the outside, so you're thinking maybe like there was a fireplace there or something that might have collapsed. Um, the stairs are there across the room from you to like sort of to your straight to your left at the back of the room. They go up and into a floor that above you seems intact. Um, there are the remains on it. There's a table, and that table has the remains of like a meal, but you couldn't imagine that a living person would eat that meal. It's like kind of looks rotting and probably not good. And it's been a little while, or maybe he just left it there. Who knows?
This guy
There
dead?
is one thing though. In the middle of the floor, there's a beautiful, beautiful wolf's pelt, a bright white wolf pelt of a wolf that was turned into a rug. It's huge, and standing out amidst all this just kind of run down decor, so to speak. It's perfect. It's like it looks like it was taken care of by a cleaner.
That's not suspicious.
Yeah. Can Zartan go examine the rubble?
Does
That
not
seemed like
glow,
it might have been a
by the way.
fireplace.
So it doesn't glow magic.
No. How long does that last, by the way?
Detect magic, 10 minutes. A turn.
It's only one turn.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
All right. So but you still definitely have time for this room. So yeah, there's nothing in this room that's indicating to you as magic.
All right, so I'm kind of whispering that to Gavain and the party.
Sonny, can Zartan go examine the rubble?
Sure. Yeah. And
See.
that's basically what you take away from it. Is it appears to be like it was probably like a hearth or a fireplace, cooking area. This is like a really basic, like you just couldn't imagine that even when it was nice, like who would have used? Like it's just like so simple. It's almost like maybe it was a lighthouse because it's kind of in position to where it could have been a lighthouse, and it was,
So this
What does it look like? Go ahead, Coleman.
I'm sorry. The stairs that you said are opposite of the door. Like when we walk in,
Yeah.
we could see the stairs.
Yep.
Can I see? Is it like a spiral up? Does it go?
It's a spiral staircase going up. There's no down as far as you could tell.
Can I
And
tell how? Like, can I stand in the middle and look up?
you would look up the spiral, and you'd have to kind of go halfway up though to like see the hole that goes into the next floor.
So there's nothing that I could see from looking up is what I'm going for.
Not
There's no
really. Unless you
lights
want.
that.
Nope.
Are they metal or wooden?
They're wooden.
I'm thinking about noise. All right, when they're done up here, I'm gonna start to like inch my way up, unless Zartan wants to go first.
No, well, I
Invisible.
would, but I just wanted to get back to the rubble really quick. One last question: did it look like it was naturally like just kind of fallen from time, or it looked like
Yeah,
it
you
was like
really get
destroyed?
you really get the impression that like you can't
old?
fathom
Just
how someone
dilapidated.
has been living here. Like it's just looks so dilapidated and messy that like
Okay.
like it's not like it just got busted up because there was some kind of fight. It's like it's literally been this way for 100 years. It looks like.
Now, Zartan, this is not my craft, and I don't want to be presumptuous, but would you mind if I move that rug? That just seems out of place there. Perhaps it's covering something.
Yeah, that too.
If you'd like to, go right ahead. Be my
All right,
guest.
everybody stand back. I don't want anybody to get caught. I'm afraid to touch it, so I will very quickly cast Unseen Servant. Just takes one to cast. It lasts several hours, and I'll have that. It can move 20 pounds. I assume a rug is not 20 pounds. I'll just have.
Probably close to that, but no, I'll say it's under that. I'll say it's
It
heavy,
can
but
pull 40 pounds, so that's probably good enough.
yeah,
So I'll
can
just
be.
have it pull the rug out of the way. Just
So
move it.
it moves and there's nothing under it, but you do notice that like now you can see that there is a layer of dust. Like when he pulls it away, when these unseen like force because none of them would know what they're looking at other than you.
I just move my hand like I'm doing it. I won't let them know there's a little creature there, a little servant.
Yeah.
I'll just move my hand like
So I was gonna ask. We don't see anything. The rug just moves.
you just
You
see
can
me
see
move
the
my
rug
hand
move.
and the rug moves.
Okay.
And so it appears to be just a real rug, but like the one thing in this room that was cared for and cleaned and
What,
taken care of.
is there any symbol on the rug or anything?
Nope, it's just picture a rug. You know, it's a tanned hide.
Yeah, it's the color. Okay.
The stone's different. Trap door or anything underneath? I mean, just hiding a secret passageway.
Can I wear the rug as a cape? Like, am I
Yes.
big enough to pick it up and put it around my shoulders?
It's really big, but yeah, I'd imagine size-wise, you're probably the only one that could without it
Cut it
modifying
up.
it too much.
Yeah, you could probably cut it up and wear it.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
like, put it over
I
your head.
wanna, yeah, I'm gonna pick it up and like throw it over my shoulders and like tie it in front of my face, like my neck, like a cape.
The eyes are normal, mouth normal, all
I mean, you
that.
probably wouldn't be able to like do that whole, secure it right now, but you can. You just not right this moment, probably.
All right.
Put a
Okay.
slot right in the dead center of it and throw it over your head like a poncho.
Yeah,
That's
cut
actually not a
yeah,
bad idea, but
cut a
no,
hole in the middle.
maybe I'm just gonna. I don't know. I'm taking the rug either way. I'm gonna figure it out.
All right.
All right, so let's check the stairs.
All right. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
are you checking for traps? You mean, or you just want to?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
gonna check the traps. Hold on. Back to Owlbear.
We know
What the
Zartan's
heck?
there, right? Because he's invisible, but
You could
he's
hear me talking.
right. Okay.
You'd hear him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not trying to hide himself right now. So,
That's
all
a
right.
pass.
The stairs
Ever
are
watch The Invisible Man or
Yeah.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
safe.
Clear? All right, so I'm gonna relay that to the group. All seems clear so far. I'm gonna head up quietly.
right.
I'd actually
Quietly.
like to move silently, so I'm gonna roll for that as well.
You can roll it. Yeah, you passed. Right.
Yep, 29.
I'll go behind him and let him know that as long as he keeps his pace, I'll give him like a 5-second head start, and I'll be right behind him.
Okay.
Because I can't fucking see him to follow him. So.
All right. So level 2 is again the whole floor plan, right? The whole floor. It's in shambles as well, but this time you kind of see that it does look like shambles as far as activity shambles, not recent activity, not just the passage of time. And as Gavain in owl form had told you, there's symbols on the floor that you could see once your light. You do need light now, by the way. Gavain has a continual light stone. Is anyone else gonna light?
I will cast continual light on who? Shaw, you said you're holding like a sunflower.
Oh, wait a minute. Shaw's staff, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that thing does light too. No.
Where is the staff of the sunflower?
I don't have that written down. I
Yeah,
just
I
have
don't either.
I just have
It was-
8-hour meditation, and then I have the
Tigran
stats for
has-
it, obviously.
Tigran also has the continual light coin. He got from Valmar like a while back.
All right. I mean,
Mhm.
honestly, it's not like crazy dark anyway, so I don't want to like waste too much time.
Or whoever. Right?
So yeah, that's fine. Although I'm sort of looking back, I do believe there's more to that staff that we just kind of we haven't played these characters in forever.
For now, he casts continual light on it.
Wait, I got it. I actually got it open. Hold on one second.
Okay. All I have written down are the stats for the weapon and the 8-hour meditation. That whole jazz.
Why don't I?
I forgot I have this cool ass boomerang too.
Yeah,
The what? Right?
I'm looking. I
remember that.
I have a magical boomerang, but I don't.
Right. I do remember that.
I don't have enough experience for it to return yet, so I have to start using it. I
Oh,
also
shit,
I also
that's
have those
crazy.
move silently boots that
Oh, yeah.
I took off of somebody that died. No,
Excellent.
Man,
I
I don't remember
remember
that.
something with them. I have
No,
magical
who would remember?
bracers
Mikey
too.
would remember.
I swear
Yeah.
it's something with these boots that like
Yeah, I don't have it. I'll have to look. All right. Well, either way, let's.
yeah,
So,
something's lit
but
up.
no, it's not lit up. It's just you see symbols on the floor. There are like magical symbols painted onto the floor that looks like some kind of casting was going on. And in the corner, leaning up the opposite corner, leaning up against the wall, clearly in like dying throes, but barely breathing, is a man.
Man,
Yep, there is
all
a
right.
man barely breathing. He's staring at you. He's staring at Shaw. He did not. You don't get the impression that he saw you, Zartan.
I'm gonna cast detect evil on him.
Well,
If when you crest the stairs, if you cast detect evil, he lights up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, you're gonna die.
he
What way to introduce yourself?
looks at you.
This is no friend of ours.
He it looks like he's having trouble speaking, but he wants to. But he finally like musters up enough energy, and he kind of like taunts you in a way, and he's just like,
What?
take
He
whatever,
wait, what? He
Hang
taunts
on.
us?
take whatever you want. It doesn't matter anyway. You're gonna die just like I'm about to. There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, we can age you a little quicker than this slow demise you're having before you. What did all this to you?
Do what you may. You think I care? Scum.
All right. With that, I'm just gonna attack him right in the head.
hold. I want to.
What was that
You
ding
better,
right when you said
you
it?
better be quick.
That was
It
perfect.
was a perfect microwave. It sounded like.
Surprise
Start
gun.
of
That was my
combat.
toast oven.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna
You
ask
better
before
be quick.
anybody. Um, can anybody make anything of these symbols? Like, did he just
I was,
sacrifice himself to
I
turn
was
into a?
about to ask him if the symbols looked fresher in comparison with how messed up everything looked.
Um,
Spellcraft here. Anything I recognize from my studies?
you would definitely think that he was trying to do some kind of summoning
I
Right.
also have
some kind
spellcraft.
of deep magic that like requires long ceremonies and such.
Yeah, you're.
Maybe not necessarily summoning, but definitely not just like I'm casting a spell. Like
Conjuring.
yeah, but he's still
Yeah.
taunting you, by the way. So he's still alive, and he's
Yeah.
saying,
Well, I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
there. So
Tigran's getting pissed.
So I said I'm gonna attack him. So I'm just
Toward.
gonna
I
hit him
have
with
a
my
bad feeling
one
about
star.
this.
yeah. I mean, he's basically laying in the corner dying. So you just crack your Anhur's justice over his head, and he just dies. And his eyes are like still open, staring at you.
Kill first, ask questions later. Zartan's going to search him the second he hits the ground.
Does Zartan like
He was
bump
waiting.
into me? Because that would
Loaded.
really freak me out.
Say again.
No, I was just fucking around with.
Sonny, while this is going on,
Quit touching my body.
I want to be inspecting this room a little bit more. You're saying that there's nothing here. There's no shelves, dressers, nothing.
Nothing.
And what it continues up the spiral staircase?
Yep. The spiral staircase continues to another floor,
And
and it
he
does
Go
look like
up.
it's one. It looks like it's one level ahead of you.
yeah,
Is the guy
so
nothing on him?
So if you go through his pockets, I will. I'm really trying to do like random treasure, so I'm gonna roll for treasure, but not now.
All right.
So you search him, and there may be something.
Gotcha. We'll get back to it.
but nothing
Uh,
story driven.
No,
Okay.
Alright,
You said
so-
he was standing in a corner.
we're like right on the cusp where I think we can finish this. So I wanted like skip that. I would have done it though.
All right.
I'll do it later.
Rolling for the stairs. Traps. Pass.
Yep. So those stairs are not trapped.
Okay, and then one more roll for silent. Moving silent. Pass. I want to continue up.
Sonny,
With
same
Shaw,
thing
and
going.
I'm gonna call the Shaw and let Shaw know. Heading up, it's safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay behind with Sonny this time. If we get to a floor, I don't like if it's a like a third floor that I could tell. I don't want to just enter it like it was for this one. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, there's no doors though, right? You just kind of like
Yeah. Then
walking
You're
in
just
through a
kind of
threshold.
going up.
if I
Yeah.
see the bottom of a floor, I'll hang back a minute and let
Gotcha.
Zartan say something.
Gotcha. All right.
Hey, real quick, Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
What is your AC?
7.
7. All right. Let me know before we get into any combat or anything. After my bless,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast bark skin on you. That'll
Okay.
bring you to a 6.
Okay.
But we've already talked about this on the boat, talking about tactics and shit like that while we're shitting.
So
This shit.
Zartan, I'll just say this for Zartan then, because he's going first anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you go up to the third floor. This floor is actually it's destroyed, like everything's in shambles and broken up, but you could tell immediately that this floor was actually cared for. And he probably was like living here. So though the rest of the room is destroyed as I just described it, there is a desk in the far corner that looks nearly untouched. It's cluttered with papers, but what really stands out is in the other opposite corner from that desk, there are 3 human bodies lying, rotting, just up against the wall.
Mm.
And above you, coming down the staircase, is a very bright blue light
Oh
coming,
fuck.
streaming down the stairs.
No, but is it approaching or it's just gleaming from the top of the stairs?
It's just gleaming from downstairs, just like the way it was described to Rob when he was in owl form. Is
Yep.
that, it's just an intense, constant blue light.
All right, so I'm gonna yell back to Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by. Gonna check out this possible threat. If I yell out, run in like hell.
Okay. Well, I'll
So,
I'll wait a minute or so and then make my way up.
all right. So then I want to sneak over to the bodies and inspect the bodies really quick.
All right, so you don't really find, anything in particular about the bodies. They, other than the fact that they're rotting, like
How
really
did they
rotting.
appear to die?
You can't tell.
Hmm.
You can't tell.
Okay, and do they look male, female, human?
They're all male, 3 men.
3 men. All right. Are they strung up, hung up, or?
No, they're just like dumped in the corner.
Oh, they're not standing up. They're just
No,
like
no,
in a
yeah,
heap.
they're piled in the corner.
All right, so I want to go over to the desk.
So the desk. So you see like papers and notes, and I don't know if you like take enough time to read them, but like maybe you get some tidbits of like it's like notes, like if you were doing experiments and stuff. And roll d20.
Okay.
I
18.
cast magic missile.
Who is that? Danny?
Yeah, what up, man?
I thought someone came on. What's up?
Just saying hello, fellow nerds. I'm
What's
about to
going
go
on?
play some Pathfinder. I just wanted to say hi.
How
Hey,
are you?
what's
How's the
up,
baby?
man?
What's up?
Baby's good. He's an asshole, but huge. He's fucking huge now. He's in the 98th percentile for height and weight for his age. He's fucking 27 inches tall, 2'3" in 6
Wow.
months. That's fucking crazy.
That's quick. Yep.
Anyways,
Yeah.
hey, I'm moving next week. Give me a call, dude.
All right. Yeah, I'll talk to you during the week.
Yeah, call me, man. I'll talk to you.
All right.
Sorry to interrupt. Later.
No, that's all right.
Let's
Enjoy
go.
your game.
Sonny, how much room is there between this floor and the third floor?
Like 12, 13 feet, like a typical height.
All right, so I'm gonna make my way up into the second floor then.
All right. So just back to the desk though, real quick. So you do, maybe as you're flipping through quick, you're looking at a couple different things. You do kind of gather that it seems like he was making some sort of golem,
Okay.
and that his goal was to destroy the town, which Like there's like nothing about like I want to be rich or I want to be this. It
Yeah, I'm
was
not going
just,
to figure out a motive, but I figure out what he
yeah.
was up to. But I don't know what
And
his motive was
then
behind it.
you also find assorted gems.
Mhm.
I don't know what you want to do, but the way invisibility works is if you grab something and like pocket it, it does disappear with you.
Say again?
And
Well, what do
I
you
said
think
if you
he's?
grab
What do you
something and
think he's gonna
pocket
do?
it will disappear.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, they won't see like a bunch of gems floating around.
No, they won't
I
see
got you. Okay, so obviously I would want to pocket that.
And also a wand.
Ooh,
Um,
we're on this floor to the rest of the
I'm
party.
gonna
Like
I'm gonna
everyone
call
else
the
could
group
be.
now. After I pocket the gems, I'll call. I don't want to touch the wand. I'll call the group.
No, we're already up on this second floor. That's why I said if there's room in between the third floor, I'm gonna come up into this floor.
All right, but he would have been quick though, so I will give him
Yeah,
that. I mean, he's
that's fine.
invisible,
So
So
now
right now, oh, I'm
we're
sorry.
looking at the blue light. No, I'm just gonna address the group and say they can't even see me. They just hear me. So what's with the blue light?
Are you telling people there's a wand there, or are you just ignoring that and no one knows about it but you?
No, I would alert them to that too.
Okay.
I just didn't want to touch it.
I'll go peek at it, see if I can make anything.
And the fact that what he was up to, what I think he was up to with the whole golem thing, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Devane will see what he can see with that wand.
it's up to you if you want to grab it. I also was gonna roll for it randomly.
Yeah, I'll grab it, see if there's a command word or anything near it that says what it is.
A quick, like if you're being quick, you don't see anything.
I'll be thorough. I think they've got the blue light under control.
Okay. All right, then let's roll because maybe it could be relevant to.
The light, yeah, it would make sense.
I mean, it might be a
And
new
it
weapon
also
he
depends.
uses.
I don't know. I don't know if I ever told you this, Rob, but I have this thing where I consider that it's my little house rules that I consider that magic users have some knowledge of magic. So depending on if it's a minor thing, I say you can identify it. All right, how many wands are on here? Otherwise, though, like I said, you may not be able to. Roll. Where is wands? Where is wands? Roll d20, and Rob can do it.
D20. Here we go. 18.
Nice.
All right. No, I know what it is. Nothing negative happens.
Really bad.
Nothing negative happens here.
And my training doesn't suggest what it might be.
No, this one is beyond your abilities.
Oh, all right. I'll pocket it and continue to search the desk for any clues while they do the blue light.
So is anybody going upstairs? Is that how
Well,
you're
the
doing
stairs
it?
continue up to the blue light, right?
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna
Zartan's gonna search
Tigran's ready to go.
search
Yeah.
traps. Hold on.
I'm gonna be the last person, but I'll walk up with
The
whatever
staircase
party
is
members-
safe to climb.
Nice try.
I'll still
doing
stay first. Todd, if you could hook me up with,
I'm last. All right, so I will cast bark skin on you.
and that brings me to 6.
A 6.
Okay.
Yes.
So Zartan is gonna tell Shaw.
Mhm.
Shaw, grab this, and I'm gonna throw him a rope. Now, at what point does the rope become visible, or it doesn't?
Oh, that's a good one. I'll honestly say that from your hand,
It goes. Yeah, that makes sense.
you could see it because it doesn't automatically like you'd have to stuff it.
All right, so I'm gonna be at the bottom of the stairs, like the level, third level.
Can you tie it to your foot?
What?
Tie it to like your ankle so it's not a hanging rope. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you're going up the stairs, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have the rope around your waist, right?
Sure.
I'll put the other one around my waist.
Well, when you get to the top of the stairs, there's going to be a floating rope.
I'm not getting to the top of the stairs. You're just going to check it out.
Hey, so
Oh wait. All right. Continue with this plan you have.
Shaw,
Then.
the bark skin
this
lasts
is-
for.
This is a safety rope in case something sucks you into that blue light. We could tug you down.
I didn't say I was going first.
You just did.
I said first of us. I thought you were going up invisible still.
No. That's what that was Zartan's way of saying, "Here, take this rope." And you just saw a rope from the bottom level fling up to you.
That's why I was confused. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I will, but I want to take the continuous light off of my staff so I don't go up there like a fucking flashlight.
Yeah, it lasts 11 rounds.
You gotta cover it. Continual
Suck
light
on it.
forever. You gotta cover it.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
you know what?
Wait, it can't be removed.
Yeah, it can be reversed, but that's a whole nother spell.
You have an AC of 5
Okay.
because I'm a higher level.
Yeah, you can do the reverse of continual light, but you have to use a spell, or else you have to just cover it. You put like a bag or something over it, and that's it.
So the marching order is going to be Shaw and Tigran. Anybody else following?
I'm last.
Carter X.
Well,
Carter X going up.
Yeah, Carter X, meat shield, axe swinger, so he's gonna be one of the front
All
lines.
right, cool.
Or if
And we got
Gawain is
Gawain.
going, I'll be.
Nah, he's at the desk. He made it clear. He's
yeah,
staying by the
Shaw.
desk.
Yeah, so I'll be the last of this party, but I would be in front of
So what's the order? Shaw's. I'm putting them in order.
No,
Zartan's not going up the stairs.
No. Shaw, Tigran, like that.
Yeah, sure. Take.
And Gawain's at the desk.
Yeah, and Zartan's not going up.
Yeah, he's on the level, the ground level.
All right.
And Shaw's got a rope around his waist.
As you climb the stairs,
Mhm.
the glow intensifies until you are practically bathed in this blue, unnatural light. It doesn't, surprisingly, for how bright it is, it doesn't hurt your eyes. And I guess you figure because of the color, maybe the color is like,
sorry.
it just doesn't bother your eyes for whatever reason.
Mhm.
As you crest the stairs into the room, lying on a large table,
Mhm.
you see a hideous monstrosity from which this blue light is emanating. And a quick glance, this thing is bigger than Tigran. And as soon as your head is above the floor, it's as if it somehow knew you were there, and it quickly begins to rise from the table. And what's that?
Nothing.
Do
I
you
was
say
waiting.
anything, Shaw, when you see it? Do you say anything when you see it?
And this is
As-
what you see.
As soon as I was waiting to see what, because you said he was rising up.
Yes.
Hold on. Where are we looking?
In the Discord.
Geneva.
Yeah, he didn't upload it
Yeah.
yet.
Oh, okay.
But Shaw, do you say
Oh, cool.
I took that picture. That's an actual picture I took at a miniature golf place. I've been dying for
I was going to say a laser tag place.
wait a year to use this.
do you say anything?
Sonny,
So
you're
this
saying go ahead. I wanted another second of when it rises up, because this is a narrow staircase. So we're either gonna bum rush up or go back down.
Yeah, that's basically the situation. So you're gonna have to roll initiative though. But yes, it basically gets up when it starts to move when you crest the stairs. But because of the way you guys set everything up, I am gonna let you roll surprise before initiative.
How fast is it moving?
It's getting up. It didn't like instantly jump, but it's getting up. It's definitely getting up. So roll a d6.
Cool.
Yeah, me.
Hold on. Yep.
Gotcha. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
2.
Oh, so basically you're both surprised. So the way I'm going to do it is that he's getting up. He didn't really realize you were there, but now he does. And you were like shocked by him getting up, but he didn't get up fast enough. So now you know he's there. So now it's initiative.
All right. So I'm gonna obviously holler down. There's I can't remember how Shaw talks. There's a quite large golem type up here.
We're fooked.
Oh,
We're
that's
fucked.
the golem that he was making to destroy the town. All right.
Yeah, Shaw is proper, but I'm not. Carmen is not.
So if you remember, we're using straight up second edition initiative, but group. So 10 D10 for the group, and then everybody's weapon speed modifies it.
So, Sonny, real quick too. I'm gonna untie because this rope that was on wasn't a fucking tight knot. I'm gonna untie that and let it go.
Yo, you just got insanely lucky. I just rolled a 10.
For what?
His
Initiative.
Oh, sorry. Did you hear, Sonny? I'm taking the rope off, but I'm gonna holler down that there's a golem up here. Doesn't look fucking happy, and I'm gonna walk up the stairs and put space because the stairs are in the middle of the room.
No, they're in one corner.
Oh, so we're coming up a corner. All right, then never mind. I was gonna say I'm gonna put
Oh
a
wait,
space.
but here's the thing: we're at initiative though, for you at least. So
Who rolls?
Carmen, but
Initiative's 20, right?
D10.
D10. But here's the thing: if you beat him by a lot, because you also have a 0 weapon speed, because of your natural.
See my
Yeah, so you beat him by a lot.
Wait,
So
is my
I will let you untie as real quick, like not being in action.
dice rolling?
It rolled. You rolled a 4,
I
unless
don't
someone else rolled that.
No, I don't see it rolling. It's being weird for me. Hold on.
Yeah, I saw
Oh
it.
yeah, something's up. It's definitely moving slow, but I saw it.
Hold on.
Mine's not reloading now.
I'm gonna refresh then.
Yeah, I didn't really even see that.
I have to refresh. It happened to me
I do
too.
the same thing, and mine's like all jerky.
I saw a comment. I saw it real clear.
There you go. Okay, now I see. I didn't see anything. I'm sorry. But what did you say I rolled? I believe you.
A 4.
You rolled a 4.
Rob, can you
And Carmen,
add?
you know that bark skin,
Go ahead.
the bark skin is an AC of 5 and it lasts 7 rounds.
Yeah, I heard. Thank you.
Alright.
Rob, I don't remember how. Can you do the initiative thing?
No, we're not. Don't do that. Don't even bother doing it because it's gonna change. I have my initiative tracker that I made that adds it all for you. Because remember, weapon speed's involved. So
I'm
it
just saying
actually
for
worked out.
us as a tracker to keep.
Yeah, but you'd have to change it every round.
Okay.
It's not going to be worth it. And plus, I'd have to tell you because you'd have to add your weapon speeds. You know what I'm saying? Like I have an initiative tracker that I made.
Yeah. Okay.
So you are actually first because you have the 0 weapon speed for your hands. So you are first. So that's great because you're in the way either way. So you were 1st. And the monster is almost last. Torden and Carr are.
I'm casting though. Does that? I'm not using my mace.
What is your weapon?
Or
What
my
is the
irons.
casting? Yeah, what's
So
the
the casting time is 1 round.
1 round? No, so then you're definitely last. You're last out of everybody.
All right.
How Sonny? How far is this guy from me?
It is close. These floors are not big. You can easily get to him and attack if you want, or he's gonna get to you when it's his turn, as far as you can tell. He's coming towards you.
And he's large, I take it.
Very big. Yes, large.
All right, so I'll go in. I'm trying. I haven't looked at the sheet in a while. It's 1d6,
Yeah,
but
I'm not gonna do declarations and everything because we got to like get back in the swing of things with these
yeah, it's
characters.
fun. This sheet is made up differently. This staff is 1d6, but I have.
Just so you know, going forward, I may go back to like declarations.
Sonny, so because I wrote the sheet up differently. It says attack adjustment +2 and damage adjustment +3. So it's a 1d6 +3, right? I don't know why I wrote it up like this.
Hold on.
1d6 plus. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
What are you looking to use? You're looking to use your staff?
Yeah. So that would bring my thackle down to 15.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then I was just making sure. Yeah, then I'm going to attack with my staff.
All right. Go ahead, D20.
What's his AC, or are you not saying?
His AC is 1. You need a 14 to hit him. That's with your +2. I got like I said, I have.
There you go. 18.
There you go. There you go.
And then my
Nice.
damage is D6 +3.
All
7.
right. There you go. Nice.
All right. And now, just to be clear, you guys were coming up, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All
I
right.
hope
So
so.
because initiative's going to get a little bit adjusted because it is a staircase. So number 2 can stay number 2, which is Tigran. But I don't think Tigran's next, actually, anyway.
Tigran was next on the stairs.
Yvain would have been next, then Zartan, but you guys are way at the back, so you're not going to be able to be next. You can move, but you're not going to be able to push past anybody because it's a spiral staircase.
Yeah, they already
Yeah,
declared that they were going up before.
Yeah.
I'm staying the bottom. I mean, I will stay on the bottom. Once I hear there's commotion, I'll start up, but I'm not. Yeah. I'll just
Yeah,
start
that's what I
up.
figured. All right, so you guys basically are staying in order. But then next would be Tigran, then the monster, then Torden and Carr, and I'll leave that in order because it makes sense anyway in order of going up the stairs. So Tigran, you need a 13 before any of your bonuses.
Oh, cool. I get a +3 to hit. So would you say 13? So 10.
Here you go. And if you're using your weapon that you get 2 attacks, yeah, you
Hold
get
on
2.
a second. I don't know what just happened.
You rolled 2d20 and you should get 2 attacks. If you're using...
okay. I can't.
Oh, no,
see the
you...
2 dice. What did I get?
No, wait a minute. Hold on. You don't get 2 attacks, right? Because the whole thing...
Hold on. Yeah, no, something's not right, and I can't see what I'm rolling. So I'm gonna throw one. I think 1d20 right now.
No, I saw your rolls. They...
10.
Okay.
Came up at 10.
It did that to me too, Sean. Just refresh it.
It's all white.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was
that's what
it was
happened to
doing the
me.
same.
Hold on,
I'll
though. You
refresh the
rolled 2 20s, which I'm going to give to you.
Okay.
Because I did see them. So those count, and they were both hits. It was a 12 and a 14.
Okay.
And
cool.
you do get 2 attacks. What always confuses me is you don't get 2 attacks every round with your longsword.
No, it's every other, right?
It's every other. So you do get 2 attacks this round, though. So those are 2 hits, D12.
Okay, cool. So hold on.
2d12 plus 6.
2d12 plus 6. Hold on. Roll. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to see it, but 22 plus 6 is
22 plus 12.
actually no, 22 plus 12. Yeah, right.
Wow.
So
34.
36.
34, yeah.
So
35.
Tigran comes rushing up behind Shaw and jumps in front, swings that longsword with a vengeance. Masterfully gives 2 hits, and what was it? 34?
34.
34.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
All right. That thing is not happy, and it is well, I hate to say his turn because I like to try and describe combat like it's actually happening. So, and right as your sword cuts through him that second time, his punches rain down, and he is pissed. And you just probably saved Shaw's life by hitting him twice, because now he's definitely coming after you.
Right, but I have a -2 armor class.
Yeah, he needs an 11 to hit you.
Come on.
Oh,
damn.
18. Oh,
damn. All right.
Damn.
All right, now there's a problem because there's a skill there. So he lands 2 punches, 2 monstrous punches on you that rock your world. Roll a d20.
Hang on. Five.
Damn. All right. Tigran is stunned.
What?
Yep. You're lucky for only 2 rounds. So Tigran is actually stunned, and now, this is so bad. What's his damage?
Wow, that's crazy.
His damage is. This is not good. Oh, that's not bad. 5, the first one. Oh, what's that?
17.
12. So 17 damage to Tigran.
Oh, damn. All right. Hold on.
I will say this though, you guys did a lot more damage those first 2 attacks than I expected. So this is not as
It's
bad.
not
as
even a full round of us all attacking him.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was that again? 17? So you're down to
I'm down to 38.
38.
Yeah, and our damage dealer is out 2 rounds.
That's right. Oh, this is bad.
Give him a bloody lip.
This is high level games, baby. All right. Next is, so he deals those punches, bam, bam, and now Torden. But you were behind Carterac, so actually you're casting a spell anyway.
I'm casting Bless.
All right. So you cast Bless. It's going to take effect for the next round.
Yep.
And Carteract comes bursting up the stairs. Tigran is standing there. As you're cresting those stairs, you see the last punch, and you see Tigran lock up in like a stunned, silence.
Is he hits the ground?
So you got the wind knocked out.
No, he's stunned. Like you're like it's just like you're stunned. Like you're like locked up.
Yeah.
Let's see what he gets
And
first.
Carteract and technically Torden too. You get your giant bonus against this guy.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. So that's +1 to hit. Cool. All right. You said it's AC's 1?
AC 1. So you need a 14 before any of those bonuses.
And you get a +4 to your AC.
My base stat goes 14.
I got you a 15. It's 14?
Level 7.
Okay, I must not have changed it. All right. So then you need. Yeah, so 13 then before your bonuses.
So 11. So I got a +2, and then actually 10. So 10 or over because the +1 for giants.
And if you're using that great axe, you get 2 attacks.
Yes, I do. So I got 1 hit.
Oh.
1 hit, 1 miss.
One nice hit. He swings around the huge body of Tigran and 2d6.
2d6 +3.
All right, there you go, 9.
9 damage.
Fucker.
Okay.
Didn't you say
All right.
+3?
Yeah, I added it in there. There's a little plus minus down at the bottom on the dice tray. So you click that, and you can add your bonus.
I didn't even know that. Look at that. I never even noticed that.
That way, it does your roll, and then it adds the bonus.
And it adds it in. Yeah, nice. All right. So, Torden's weaving his spell. Zartan. So, technically, you were ahead in the initiative, but now basically it's cleared. If you wanted to come up, you can make your way up.
No, Zartan's not going up yet.
Okay. All right.
But he is going to pull out his hilt and say, "Never tell me the odds."
All right. So no one can see it, but you can. Your dagger has activated. All right. Well, that's effectively the end of the round then. So Carmen, you won initiative. Roll a d10 again.
Oh,
Come on.
shit.
Oh my god! I rolled a 10 again.
Oh shit.
So Simo,
Oh, fuck.
Oh damn.
Oh, Carmen rolled a 10.
Shit.
All right. Reroll.
That is not good. No, it goes in. Oh, hold on. Lauren's going to bed.
Just fucking reroll it. I don't know.
No, that's not how it works.
Oh right, we do speed now. Right. I remember now.
So let me just order this. So he's still at a 10. So what do we got? We got no one beats him. It's basically Shaw and the Golem. And Shaw and Tigran and Carr are in front of him. So when it's his turn, I'll give it to Shaw first just to get out of the way. So you basically you get to attack him. Your attacks happen at the same time. So if he does go after you and knock you out, then your attack still counts.
This guy's gonna fucking kill me.
We'll see.
You
What
might hit me.
Sonny, did you skip Gavain?
Gavain was basically out of it because he's down below. Remember, he was all the way down. He started making his way up.
Okay.
All right, Sonny, I'm gonna try an open hand.
Okay.
The stun still applies, right? It's been a while.
He is
with
too
that.
big for you to stun him.
Okay, then I'm not doing that. That was my question.
That's fine. I'll let you do that because you probably didn't know that.
All right, so I'm going with the staff again. What was it? 11.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hit.
No, wait, hold on. You had a plus what? Well, first of all, now it's the next round. You have the bless.
Yes, but that's not to my hit. That's to my AC. I'm at AC 5.
Doesn't bless affect the 2-hit roll, not
Yeah,
the damage though?
it's bless here. Here, let me.
Saving throws and 2 hit.
No damage.
Yeah,
There's no damage.
Yeah, just not damage.
your attacks and your
The hit
saves.
and saving throws.
Yeah. So you needed, Carmen, you needed a 16. Then you have a +3, so you needed a 13 plus now another one. So you need a 12.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then the
so
bark skin protects your AC.
Right, that was
That
all.
lowered your
That
AC,
was
yes.
all I heard before. I didn't hear that. Okay, so I got the hit 15.
Okay.
D6, and I'm gonna add the pluses in like what's his name did. So 6.
6 damage. All right. You guys are dealing damage. At least you're hitting him, but he's still up. All right. Who's he going after? D3. 1 is going to be Tigran because he already attacked him. 2 is Shaw. 3 is I just was going to roll D. How do I roll D3 on this? I can't. All right. So I'm going to roll D6. 1, 2 is Tigran. 3, 4 is Shaw. 5, 6 is Carteract.
Fuck.
4. He is going after Shaw. This could be the end of the monk. So to hit Shaw, he needs.
I'm at a 5.
That can't be right. Why does it say he needs a 2 to hit you? How do I have your AC at?
No way.
Well, my regular AC is a 7, but I have +2.
Oh no, that is right. What am I talking about? Yeah, low. He only needs a 2 to hit you. But so he needs a 3. He needs a 3 now he needs a 3 to hit you.
Jesus Christ.
4.
Oh!
Whoa.
So 4 actually, because he got a +2 or -2 to his AC
Oh my god.
with that
If
spell.
you needed a 4, that's awesome.
Wait,
That's really good.
I thought you said it
better
makes
plug
it
in
AC
her.
6.
No, it makes it a 5.
Oh, I thought you said AC 6.
No, I'm
he's-
normally a 7, but I'm at a 5.
Oh,
because
wow.
I
You missed
missed
it.
I'm a level 6.
Oh
and
my
so
God.
I gave him AC of 5.
Holy
Wow. All right.
shit.
Awesome. So all right, so the first one misses you.
Bark skin saved the day.
Ah.
One definitely did not.
That did save the day. Todd, great idea because one hit doesn't do a stun. He has to hit you with both. So even though you're about to take some shitty damage,
I'm
12 damage.
I'm at 10.
Yes, that's what I have you at.
Well, yeah. So you got to get hit by both hands to get stunned, huh?
Yes, you gotta get hit by both. So now, so that was that. That was the 10s. 12 is. So we got Gavain is still kind of in the jumble there. Is there anything you could do or?
Yeah, I would like to. I see in this guy pound people. I'm going to throw a slow at him.
Okay.
It's a 90-yard range, so I should be able to launch it out there. Casting time 3, so it should go off this round.
Yeah, your weapon speed was actually a 2, so yeah, it'll just be the same time.
Saving throws. He gets a saving throw to avoid it, but it's at a -4 penalty.
Hey, Sonny, are there any open flames in this room?
No, just his light.
And that's not a flame.
I do not think he has any magic resistance. I am just
Oh,
looking.
that would be excellent. That was what I was afraid of.
No, he does not have. He has one specific magic resistance. Where is that? I knew he had one. He's immune to something. Oh, here it is.
Hope it's not slow.
No, he is not immune to that.
Well, he gets -4 in his saving throw.
Okay, so
That's
he
just
is
in the
at
spell description.
12 hit die monster.
Oh crap!
Yeah, this is no joke. You can thank Ron Christopher for this.
12.
I
hit
sent
die.
that picture and he sent me this back. Saving throw verse spell for a warrior level 12. He needs a 10 and he gets a minus what?
-4, just baked into the spell. See, 14
So
or
he
higher.
has to. That's pretty good. He has to beat 14. 14 or better.
Fingers are crossed.
Oh,
that sucks. All right.
no effect, or is it like
No
it
effect. No.
fully negates it? All right.
Yep.
Yep. Unfortunately, that did not thing. Damn, we need Well, Carterak's still a damage dealer, but we need Tigran back. Tigran won't be back for one more round. All right. So Zartan's still hanging back. So
Actually,
now it is.
Zartan
what's
wants
that?
to check that table. I want to go to the table and see if there's anything on that table that could help with.
Like a weakness or
No,
something?
it's just like a felt cover. That's really it. I will say this though, you probably can manage to get behind him.